Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting chapter of A Tale D20 presents Descent into the Void, Campaign 2, where five friends journey together tell a story of mythic proportion. Hello, everyone. It is great to see your beautiful, smiling faces after all of this time.
Hi.
Hello.
Omar, everybody. Missed you all.
I
It's been a
know.
minute. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we are back again. And the time is changing. The season is changing. So I have a question for you guys. We're getting to autumn. What makes autumn for you? What is fall? When you think of fall, what do you think of?
I'll go first because I feel like, to me, I'm gonna start off on a sour note. It's the death of summer. That's what fall is to me. The fall is the death of summer, and it's closing pools. It's putting on long sleeves and preparing for darker nights. But that's sorry. That's how I truly feel. But I also do like fire pits and s'mores and cozying up with friends and some of the fun holiday events that come towards the end of the year too. So that's what falls to me.
Oh, that's rough.
Rough. Right, I figured let me not end it on a bad note, so I'll jump in first.
Aw.
See, I
Uh,
rejoice in the end. Sorry, yes, right.
oh, no, please, please, by all
Yes.
means.
I am here for the death of summer and the rise of autumn. I am long nights, cold evenings. Wake up and it's dark. Go to bed and it's dark. I am
I'm in mourning.
so excited for long sleeves and heavy coats and layers and books and candles and fireplaces and hearty stews and just yeah, I this is when I start to come into my own, and then like just I love that bridge between autumn into winter, and though just that like as everything's just gets a little bit crisper and a little colder, and you can kind of feel it in your bones. It's just I mean it's so much colder here in Ireland within the last kind of week, and it's just been amazing. Like I've just been like feeling my oats, having oats. It's great.
I feel you. I'm 100% Team Declan here on that one. I love the birth of fall. Pumpkin spice.
Yeah, exactly. To piggyback off that, for me, it's the beverages. Your apple ciders, your pumpkin spice lattes, your cocos. I'm not a big, like, warm beverage drinker in general. So even through like the deep dark winter, I'm like, ooh, ice latte, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But the flavor profile of autumn, that, and I don't sweat off my makeup, and that's the best. I love not sweating off my makeup. I love just like putting it on, it stays on, loving it, living for it. Beverages and makeup. These are my autumn touchstones. Even though I'm absolutely a summer baby. Are you kidding? Take me to the beach forever.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, excited for the changing season and the falling leaves. But we have much to run through tonight's exciting episode of Descent to the Void. But before we do that, we have two sponsors and partners for our campaign this season. Starting off with the virtual tabletop of our choice, Fantasy Grounds. So, Travis, if you don't mind.
Are you ready to unleash your imagination? Take your tabletopping adventures to a whole new level now with Fantasy Grounds. Craft a world, embark on epic quests, and conquer a challenge with your friends from anywhere around the world. Fantasy Grounds makes it all possible. Check out our link below where you can see and get access to this wonderful VTT we'll be featuring today. And you can connect with your friends. Join the fantasy revolution at fantasygrounds.com and let your adventures begin.
Awesome, awesome. Please go check them out. The link has just been posted in the chat for you to go to. And, of course, our sponsor for Campaign 2 as well, Level Up Advanced 5th Edition. So, Zektown, take it away.
Summer is coming to a close. as you know.
Boo.
And with all of that being said, the pumpkin spice, the dark nights, you're going to probably be spending a lot more time indoors as the weather starts to get colder. You may be returning to the tabletop, as it were, and dusting off that old friend, Dungeons and Dragons. You may come to find it isn't as shiny and sparkly as you used to remember. One way that we've been able to keep that fire burning, keeping us warm at the table, is by using Level Up 5th Edition. Adding fates, new classes, new items. The list goes on and on. You'll see us using a lot of these things, new abilities, feats, within our own campaign here today. And we hope that you take the time to head over to Level Up 5th Edition and check out some of the tools that they have, because as we all return to the table for the fall, we can take that harvest and make it last the whole winter.
Fantastic. Awesome. Yes, please check them out. Yes, and after that.
I was like, that's sliced.
Please check them out at a5e.tools for a wonderful system. So I think that's all for our announcements for now. I think we're ready. Oh, one thing I should say. Don't forget that you can aid the players or the DM by using and cashing in your page points. Go ahead and hit that little bubble at the bottom of your screen there in chat, and you can purchase ways to affect the story, as well as hydrate us, which it looks like we have a couple now.
I love making us drink water.
I need that in my life, actually. I've been kind of bad about it lately, so.
Oh my gosh. Now that I've been wrestle training, I'm so good about staying hydrated. It's great. It's the only
Nice.
thing I do that's good for me, because now I just throw myself on the ground for fun.
And it's great for the skin.
It is good for the
It's
skin.
also true.
Yeah, very much. Stay hydrated.
Good for the skin, good for the guts. Come on.
Drink
This
water.
this one's sponsored by water.
Water.
also.
Yes. Brought to you by H2O.
We're running out of it because rich ghouls are killing the planet. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Please.
Real life tabletop, everyone.
But yes, please use your page point below if you wish to affect the story. So, with that being said, let's jump right into tonight's chapter of Descent to the Void, Campaign 2. Cue the intro. Alrighty.
Big squoze.
Last time, MGUs. Magoos, if you will.
Yep. It's the name forever. Never changing it.
Never ever.
Never ever.
You embarked on a quest handpicked by your resident Asmar, Dullahan, to assist the southern Moors with sentient gnolls. Little did you know, however, that this quest would tie directly into the fate of your circle and that of the plane itself. Investigating the three towns, Roncalli, Merville, and Summerfield, you discover that the gnolls worship Tiamat, the evil queen of dragons, and with the aid of what you believe to be your old foe Radaman, are attempting to summon her using something called the Shards of Greed. One such shard seems to have imbued itself to Eliana Ravenshield, daughter of the mayor of the three towns, Aldrich. You managed to dispel the dark hold that the shard inflicted upon her and flew off to defend Summerfield, which was attacked by a surprisingly small and feeble band of gnolls. The victory was cut short, however, as high up above upon Ire, Dullahan witnessed a large explosion, able to pinpoint it to be none other than the town of Roncalli. There is a strange, heavy weight in the air, as a realization that maybe this small group was a distraction of sorts, as you are currently 4 hours away in the midnight hour from that town. So, MGUs. As most of you are down below, partying and enjoying the victory here, those suspicions, Dullahan, you are high up upon Ire and have seen this. I believe you are making your way down to warn your allies about what you have witnessed. As the snow falls heavy on the dark sky, clouds appear blocking off the moonlight, casting a shadow below. Ire lands down onto the ground next to the rest of the circle as you dismount. What do you wish to do next?
Just throwing himself off of his wyvern, he runs towards the others. It was a distraction. Some of your wyverns, they've attacked Roncalli, and like Dullahan is completely and totally like just in shock.
What? How can that be?
I knew this all seemed too easy.
Get your wyverns. We don't have time. And like as he says this, he's immediately kind of turning on his heel and running back to Ire.
Yeah, Ink calls Sonata.
Sully calls Palumbra.
And Allure comes from her mirage form to me.
Alrighty. So your wyverns appear flashing through into existence from their different temporal spaces, as you can easily mount them. But it is late. Your bodies feel heavy from the battle that you just took place in. Further travel without sleep will give you a point of exhaustion, just as a warning to all of you. As the elder, Miss, I believe her name was, drawing a blank.
Evelyn Greenmeadow.
Evelyn. Yes, Greenmeadow. Thank you. As-
Maybe there's a ye olde bodega on the way where we get some Spelsius energy drinks. I don't know.
Evelyn runs down next to you after seeing you were in a rush. Is everything all right? What's that plume of smoke over there? And she points up.
Who's she speaking to?
All of you. Just addressing all of you as she runs up.
Tonight's activities were just a distraction. Something terrible has happened.
That's in the direction of Roncalli. We must go. Please, keep these safe here. I think most of this battle has been won. But do not be overly cautious. Or you can never be too cautious.
Right, are you all okay? You did most of the fighting. Can you traverse such a distance in your current condition?
It will take us several hours to get there, but we will do the best we can.
All right. Okay. Good luck, and thank you again for what you've done in protecting this town. As she backs away.
I have no other things to give her or help her with, so yeah. After we say that, then I'll just jump back onto our wyvern and fly up.
Okay. Is that what you all do? Head towards Roncalli?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
What else can we do?
As your wyverns flap their wings, they ascend quickly, reaching high altitudes before soaring towards a giant plume of smoke you can see far off into the distance. They are flying as fast as they can, but even at this speed, it will be a few hours before they reach as you hold on tight and drift back and forth as you're trying your best to control your wyverns mentally as well as stay awake after in this late hour as you make your way. Is there anything anyone wishes to do, or do you just fly straight there?
Don't I have like a song of rest? Am I crazy as a bard? Did I not pick that? Son of a...
Well, yeah, all bards get song of rest, but usually when you take a short rest, which this, since you're kind of navigating and flying your wyverns, will not be very resty.
Yeah. Maybe they can hit us with that when we land.
Yeah, if we can't take a short rest as we fly, then there's nothing really. Just try as best as we can to push onward.
Okay.
Yeah, just travel as fast as we can to the next location.
Got it. So you go ahead with your wyverns and push through the air, cutting through the clouds like sharp knives through butter as you continue holding on. At this point, you can feel yourselves losing consciousness every so often, using the combination of you and your wyverns. That's the only thing that keeps you awake and aloft as you sail through the frigid air, snow falling down from above you. As the hours pass by and the smoke becomes thicker and thicker, you can now see, not too far away, just a few hundred feet, the town of Roncalli below. And they're still small patches of embers that are lit, illuminating the bottom. As you, I'm assuming, diving straight into the city?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that the large flame seems to be emanating from Mayor Aldrich's cabin, where all the refugees were staying and things like that. But you fly down, landing sharply, your wyverns feeling some of your fatigue as well, as around you several townsfolk are screaming, holding each other, fleeing the scene, or standing on the outskirts looking. The rest of the town doesn't look to be damaged, just this area where Mayor Aldrich's cabin is, or lodge is. And you see in the front of the burning house, or to say it's no longer burning at this point. At this point, it's just smoking as the damage has been done. The small human mayor on his knees as three people are rubbing his back. And with a sword, the leader, Lillian Stormridge, of the local authorities. At this point, you all will be taking a point of exhaustion due for you persevering and traveling. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and that gives you disadvantage on your ability checks and saves, I believe. But I would say Lillian, who noticed you first, walking over, waddling, as she is a short halfling sized creature, and she makes her way over with her sword in hand. Yeah. They came without warning. Fuck! Please, we need your help.
What can we do?
We came as fast as we can. Some people attacked Somerville, but we realized that it was a diversion and came here.
It's and she looks on over at the mayor, who's just crying in his hands, looking up at the smoldering home. Please, speak to the mayor. It's about Eliana.
All right. Come on, and we'll make our way towards the mayor.
Okay. You can hear the sobbing of Mayor Aldrich. Eliana, my daughter. No. There, sir. It's okay. We'll figure something out. We'll. And the three attendants look up to you and see you. Oh, Spellbinders. And they part, allowing you to get closer to the mayor.
Mr. Mayor, what has occurred? Tell us everything.
Ink. Sindar. Dullahan, Sully. It's Eliana. They attacked when our defenses were low. They came in there, set fire to the home. We managed to get everyone out, but Eliana, you know what state she was in. She couldn't move. They left everyone else, but they took her. They took my baby.
We'll try and find her.
Ink takes the mayor's hands in their hands and looks into his eyes and says, "You know Eliana is strong. We will find her, and we will bring her back to you. You need to focus on caring for your citizens right now. Leave it to us, okay?"
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Can someone roll me a persuasion check, please?
Well,
Or can I roll them on physical die and just tell you the result?
oh yeah, roll him a physical die.
Yay!
We're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, my computer is being a butt today, so we're doing our best. Mercury isn't even retrograde anymore. My computer's like, but I want it to be. Can we do that? And I roll with the disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Beans. Okay, come here. Come here, dicey dice. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yuck. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What do I add? Persuasion?
Yes.
How does a 7 do for that?
7.
Bad news.
He
Bad news bears.
he looks up at you, catching your eyes for the first time, and they're just filled with tears. His tunic just wet as he just looks defeated and begins to back away. Please, help me. Help her. Help us. And he just falls into a puddle of himself, being captured by the attendants next to him.
I was gonna say to the attendants and the aides, please take him to a room. He must be exhausted and needs someone to look after him for a short while. We will make sure things are going on smoothly here, and once we are able to, we will set out. We must regroup and form a plan.
There's only one place they would have taken her.
The caves, right? We're talking the caves.
That's right, Ink.
Okay. I'm gonna call Lucian real quick. Just real fast. Y'all think about stuff, cause we promised him that we weren't gonna dick around in the cave, and I feel like we're gonna do a lot of dicking in a minute here. So I'm out, and I pull out the sending stone, and I'm like, "Hey, Prof, people be kidnapped in the cave. Gonna go get them. Can our redonkulous school send backup? It's kind of important. Send."
You hear a response back.
The saltiest baby in the world is Ink. Just everything. Like, this school cannot sustain anything.
Ink. Something's happening here. No one can be trusted.
Oh, big shocker.
Don't go in alone. Be careful. I'll try to get help.
Lucian gets another text that says, yeah, I know, everything's messed up there. Love you, boo. So backup from the school is not gonna happen. Shocker of shockers. We should ask and see if there are possibly any hands that could possibly join us as an envoy into the cave. I think if we're going in guns blazing, we're gonna need all of the fighting help we can muster.
Dylan,
Or a nap. I don't know. One of those two.
at this point, I think if Ink has relayed the message from Lucian, seeing the mayor in absolute bits and the state of the town, Dylan just full on, he's gonna put his fists through a wall. He's just completely and totally, and it just, it's just rage. It's just absolute rage from him. And like whether he even manages to dent the wall, it doesn't matter. It's more just a case of he needs to let it out, and then he's just going to turn to face the others.
Wait, hold on. Please, can we roll and see the result of this wall punch? Listen, thank you. I need a little chaos. Is the punch successful? Do you take damage? I'm sorry. Sorry to backseat DM, but I need to know.
Oh, somebody. Okay, I got you. All right, yeah. Go ahead, Della. Go ahead and you know what? Roll me an unarmed attack. Or I should say
Against a wall.
wall has like we'll see has a certain AC. It's a strong enough wall. I mean, actually, it's been damaged.
It's an 8.
An 8. I would say you go ahead and strike the wall. Because the wall has been burnt and everything, but it's very weak. But you do take some splintering damage as you come across it. Just 1d4's worth. 3 points. The kind of
splinters.
the splinters like carves up and cuts up your arm slightly as you punch through. You get a slightly singed by the flames, like the cinders inside of it as you pull back, small blood dripping from it.
He turns to he's specifically facing the group, the MGUs, and I guess if you're looking at him, aside from his bloody left hand, his face is just contorted in like anger, and his eyes are stinging, and he's literally doing everything he can to just keep any tears from escaping. What is the point of that fucking school if this is going to keep happening? They can't send help because it's difficult, it's complicated, and things are happening up there and no one can be trusted. I don't get it. This is what happens when people do nothing. And he's just going to he's going to summon his double-bladed scimitar, and he's going to head back out. Over his shoulders he shouts, I'm going. We know where they are. Envoy or no envoy, I don't care what Lucian said. He said a whole pile of nothing and people are dying. It's time to act.
Hell yeah, let's go! And Ink like follows behind, like trucking along, and then to the halfling, I guess is like the deputy, whatever they are.
She's like the captain of the knights here.
The captain. Any knights you can spare, send them to the caves. We're going to take our wyverns. We're gonna need backup, though.
She walks over, looking you up and down. You look like fucking shit.
Yeah, well, we feel like fucking shit, but you know what? There's no fucking time, so let's get it together.
You all need to rest. I will send an advanced troop to go in and scout. Leap, you will do us no help in the condition that you all are on.
No, I disagree entirely with. Fuck. Okay, fine. Just like this huge, scary cat yawn just like escapes their face.
Do you have a cart with some horses? At least we could sleep on the way and get onto our wyverns as soon as we've awoken. We're losing time. We've already lost 4 hours just getting here to find out this news. I agree with what Dullahan and Ink are saying. But I also think that if we get there first, to clear out this godforsaken cave, we will need support to maintain the premises and perimeter of everything that we clear out. There will be other bands returning, much like the ones we fought tonight. Probably in the other towns that we didn't even see. So I do think it's very important that we get out of here as soon as possible. But we do need rest. We're gonna be no good to anybody.
How far is it from Roncalli to like where the entrance of the caves are by horse?
By horse, going at a normal speed, it'll probably take close to about like 6 hours to get there. So enough for
Okay.
you to take a long rest if you were to
Okay,
travel. 6 to 8
so-
hours.
So I've been sort of standing there calculating and just looking around this town. And then I will turn and say to Sully, I agree with your analysis. We need to rest. We need to get to the city. We need to do too many things with too little time. The best course of action is to rest on the way, so that way we do not waste any more time traveling. I think we should try and help tie up any loose ends here. And then I look to the captain and say, please gather a cart with a few horses and trusted soldiers whom can transport us so that way we can rest and regather our resources and make our way there. I have some energy left and can aid in the reconstruction of this town, but if we are to fight this evening, I must save my resources, so we have to decide before we how best to proceed.
She looks at all of you and sees your determination. Fine. If I cannot persuade you, then let me see if I can gather up a couple of horses, a cart, and you can all rest within. I can't promise it will be the most comfortable of rides, but at least you can close your eyes and regain your strength along the way. I'll get my fastest steeds. Make sure the roads, I'll have a vanguard who can make sure that no afflicted interrupt. And then you can go ahead and save Eliana.
There is like sort of destruction still in this town and like
Yeah.
people. I'll turn to Dullahan and the MGUs. Can we agree to this plan? I can use the rest of my energy to help these people and leave servants for them, but it will tap me out, and I do not want to do that if we plan on fighting. Can we rest and travel?
Well, I can nap anywhere, so you don't gotta worry about me.
Uh, Dullahan is, I think the kind of the adrenaline is kind of tapering off, and he is a little lighter on his feet, and he kind of just turns back as you address him, Zadark, and he just nods, and he's definitely let loose a couple of tears, just um, unable to kind of hold them back. And he just nods because he feels utterly useless in the face of all this, but not as useless as the school.
Did we see you, or did you sort of hide your face?
Oh, he had his
Perception
back to
checks?
everybody.
Oh darn.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, if ink caught you crying, Dullahan, oh boy, howdy.
Okay, so with the plan sort of solidified, I'm going to go to like one of the other administrators or the other people that are sort of trying to help, uh, resource this town and lift up rubble and whatever. And I'm going to say, we are tapped. We are going with the captain to the caves, but resting along the way. I have some resources, and I'm going to pull out my book and I'm going to flip to one of the back pages, and I'm going to start muttering an arcane chant, and I'm going to call forth servants from the ether, and your aid is needed. And I will summon after summon after summon after summon, and I will use all of my spell slots to pull out 6 unseen servants, 3 of them which are at a cast a level up. It doesn't really do anything, but maybe they last a little longer or they're a little beefier, to aid the people, because unseen servants don't require concentration and they last for an hour, maybe longer. And I will sort of these ethereal beings, as they shimmer into existence, I will say, you are to follow the orders of this administrator. You are to clear the rubble, help the people, move the debris, and just say, scout the quadrants of the city, do as much good as you can. And if there's nothing left you to do, return here for more orders. And with this, I bind thee, and I'll pass over like the enchantment to the administrator, and hopefully they will be able to service this town for at least another hour or two.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check, please. Actually, no. Roll me your spell casting ability modifier.
All right. Oh, I clicked it twice. Sorry. Or no, I guess I have disadvantage because of tiredness.
Yes, that's
That's
true.
right. So a 9.
A 9. You do cast a spell using everything that you had left in you, and as you do, you try to make them more solid, solidify them so that way they could be here longer, do more. Whereas, yes, you do feel them all appear and they're all hardy. You don't, just when you were trying to reach to get to that next level, unfortunately you buckle over slightly, just too spent. And you are able to do what you base wanted to do, but you could not push it a little bit further to make them possibly last half a day or so, or to do more. But at least you managed to, with all of your strength, cast a spell, transferring over to one of the nearby administrators who listens to you, gathers orders from Lillian as well, and she stares and looks at you. Thank you, Spellbinder.
Of course.
You do so much for this town. More so than what our government does.
Well, that is another thing all entirely. We will try and serve you as best we can. Please take care, and we will try and return those whom were stolen, and we will do our best to ensure their safety.
She gives you a nod as you see your servants well, you sense your servants, I should say, beginning to work and be controlled by the local casters that they have here as they continue. And Lillian walks up. Give me 20 minutes. Meet at the western entrance. I will have my fastest horses prepared, sent over, and a cart for you. You're right, there's no time to dally. Let us go.
All right, I'll make my way to the west entrance. What did she say? I immediately forgot. Sorry.
West entrance, yes.
The western entrance, and wait for her. And if we have a few moments, I'll scribble some notes and just sort of write down some things that we've noticed between the towns, and just wait for our carriage.
All right. Do the rest of you do so as well? Or I should say, is there anything else someone wants to do, or do you head straight there, I should say?
No, let's get going.
Yeah.
We've been
Yep.
we've been dillying and dallying about this cave for weeks now. Let's go. Hemming and hawing, dillying and dallying.
Perfect. Alrighty. So, you make your way throughout the town, passing by it's only been a few days since the last battle of Roncalli against the Knolls, and it's still damaged. There are still fires, not fires to say, there's still burnt houses, barns, scorched earth, as well as all types of damaged buildings left in the wake of the Gnoll attack. Zendarg, you copy down the difference in the things that you can see, getting a good sense of what has happened here and comparing it to the other two towns before, finally reaching a wooden archway, half broken, hanging by just a thread, and it only takes you a few minutes, so you still have some time to spare.
I'll mend the archway so that way it's not hanging by a thread anymore while we have a few moments.
Oh, perfect. It almost like rewinds itself, going back into place, fixating at the top as the word western entryway is written on the other side. Can everyone roll me an intelligence saving throw, please?
I am tapped out, guys. not. I am scared.
This is not a disadvantage, it's only got one level, so you don't have to worry about that.
Ooh, never mind. Barbie's
Wait, we're
coming
rolling
in.
without disadvantage? So just
Yeah.
regular roll?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
ability
good.
checks are
Woo.
only at the first level, so you're good.
Okay, cool.
That's third
Level 3 is right.
Yeah.
Okay.
13 for
13.
Chaboy.
20.
Hi,
12.
Barbie. Natural 20 on my Barbie dice. 27.
I use my physical Barbie dice that are like all cute and sparkly.
Oh, I love them. I have a set of rose quartz like dice like that.
Ugh, cute.
Alrighty. So. You continue walking. And then you start mending Zendark and wait there. And probably about 15 minutes until they arrive, and that 15 minutes passes. You wait, probably running a little bit late, another 5 minutes from there, as you continue just to tootle around, anxious. But Dullahan, you begin to sense something strange. A shiver runs down your spine. Something's odd. Zendark, you immediately, after about the 25th minute, perk up and look around. Instinctively, your eyes begin to glow and start to form into that fractal pattern, that magical circle inside, instinctively reacting to some unknown force as you look around and realize you're not on the western edge of Roncalli. At least, that's not what you see. There's something odd. There's magics at work here. The rest of you have no idea. You're just waiting there patiently.
Do I sense and like see this as I like look around?
Yes.
I will like quickly turn my head and like see if I see anyone coming. And as I look towards the others, you'll see like my eyes have illuminated, and I'll be like, something is not right. There's a hex or an illusion happening here. We are not where we appear.
Zendark, as you turn and say that, you notice a cloak figure standing 10 feet away who wasn't there before. Doesn't seem anyone else, as well as you, Dullahan. The rest of you don't notice this, but you suddenly see a cloak figure.
Who are you?
The cloak figure walks up closer, stopping for a moment as you guard. And at this point, all of you, now that Zendark has broken through the illusion per se, you all can realize and see that behind you is a cloak figure.
I'm gonna hold my hand up and I'll be like, this land is under the jurisdiction of I was gonna say the Radiant Citadel. Of the Spellbinders. What's our citadel?
Fractal Sanctorum.
The Fractal Sanctorum. Thank you. I was afraid farting. This area is under the jurisdiction of the Fractal Sanctorum. State your business.
The person stops. The figure stops, raises up their hand, and you can see the hands themselves are kind of like a peach-colored, slightly pale human hand, tiny hands. Like the person is probably the same size as Sully, I should say, as they pull back the robe, revealing the cell. You see a familiar face with devil horns protruding out of Kievon, with his spiky hair, but with yellow eyes, and a tired but angry or growling Big Steve huddles next to Ink.
Now. I come in peace. Hello, my friends. It's been quite some time. Oh, and I see you have a new addition. Hello, Radaman at your service.
As he bows towards Dullahan.
Radaman, you dirty son of a bitch, let our friend go, or I'm gonna eat you for breakfast.
Wait. No hostilities. We're friends, for I have you all to thank. I should thank you. If it wasn't for you, I would still have been trapped in that infernal prison. If it wasn't for you, I would never have gotten this body that I think suits me quite well to walk this mortal plane. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have discovered that one of the shards of greed had took hold upon a member of this very town. So, friends, thank you.
I would like to turn myself slightly away from him and message Sully and say, run or attack.
As if responding to that, as if he was able to intercept it, you hear Radaman
Go, wait. I am here not to fight. I'm only here to propose. I admit, there's something about your circle. I knew it the moment you walked into my domain. And you even have a dragon slayer with you. Our paths are destined to cross several times. Aren't you tired of always be left into the dark? Aren't you tired of that foolish academy how they treat you like garbage. You are all extremely powerful. And my queen, the Queen of Dragons, Mother of Darkness, the ruler of every realm, Tiamat, wishes to have you join her. Become her knights. Sit upon the throne of greatness. Don't waste your time here. We are gathering the shards of greed. The shards that you all helped me collect. And imbuing it into special chosen warriors. The girl from Roncalli being one of them. Only 8 more. You may be wondering why I'm telling you all this, because I am seeking peace. The 9 rule the realms with an iron fist with their law and order. That is not the way the multiplane was meant to be. The world is meant to thrive on chaos. Chaos that we can bring using the afflicted and the void. And you as well. Join me.
And he stretches out his hand, Kievon's hand. You can see the bat wings protruding out of the cloak slightly, and a smile on his face.
I've pulled out my diamond focus, and I start muttering an incantation. Probably Ink would understand that this. I'm gonna try and attempt to hex break him out of Kayvon's body.
I got you. Boo, I got you. While you're doing that, here we fucking go.
I start spinning my Rubik's Cube and I chant, Hex of Shadows, cursed bind, by the light I now unwind, with power pure, heart laid bare, break this spell from this despair. And I try and cast a hex break.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a hex. Yeah, that hex break roll check, please. It is an ability check, so it will be at disadvantage.
Sorry.
Okay, first one was a 17. 17.
Huh?
17, okay. The rest of you see quickly Zendarik whipping out his wand and blasting an arcane energy towards the archdevil as he is struck by the energy. Lightning fuses around him as you're holding the spell, Zendarik.
Yeah.
No.
As he just dispels the hex break.
Ugh. Gross. Alright.
2 things.
No,
One.
no. Shut up. You listen here. You're giving us a choice between a bunch of idiots at a Fractal Sanctorum and a bunch of asshole archdevils. And you know what? I choose neither. I choose us. And I point at our circle and I go, and we're going to kick your ass. So you can stop right now. You can shut your mouth, go away, give us our friend, and know that we're going to get you. You call us powerful. You say that we're tough. You're scared of us. That's why you're asking us to join you. And because you're scared of us, I know we're going to get you. So you better say your fucking prayers to whatever archdemon you suck the dick of, because we're coming for you. And you can choose to release our friends willingly, peacefully, or we're going to take them from you by force. And I'm going to gobble your whole life up. So shut the fuck up.
Roll me an intimidation check, please.
Okay.
You are tired, so it'll be at disadvantage.
Yeah, nope. Ink is just like fucking drunk on tired. Let's go. So bad. I know. I'm not scary. I'm a tiny little cat person. I'm so very cute. No, I'm not very intimidating at all. How does a 9 work?
A 9.
Can
okay.
Can I help by casting
Please.
a minor illusion
Of what?
Just like a growing light behind ink that radiates around the entire cart, making her statement larger than life.
Okay. What was the higher of the die?
Well, they both were 3.
Oh, 3. Okay. I would say roll one more time.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll take the higher of the 3 of these.
Oh boy. How about? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on. I do math.
I like that math.
24, please. I rolled an
One.
18, and I get +6 on intimidation because I picked that.
Okay.
Because
Because
I'm
I
gonna-
picked things as ink.
No, awesome. So I'm gonna kind of average it out here. Got it. So
that's spread.
he steps back slightly, and you think for a slight moment, a split second, you see in Kievon's face, of course, that gusto, that overconfidence of Radaman crack for a moment, and just in his eyes burn the fiery depths of the fiery depths of the 9 hells, before he fixes his demeanor back to his calm self, and then disappears, just gone. A second afterwards, he is inches from your face, Ink.
I gave you a choice. You will suffer the consequences.
And
Your
he,
ass is grass.
and he completely disappears in a swirling vortex of what looks to be ice and snow, before leaving nothing but what looks to be a feather and a pile of snow on the ground in his wake. And you all snap back into the illusion dissipates, and you have once again returned to the outskirts of Roncalli. The cart there waiting for you as Lillian pops up, goes, "Oh, I didn't the fuck? I didn't see you there. What? Where did you come from?"
Some asshole's imagination. Let's go kill some gnolls.
Yes, make haste. Ink, I don't know if you caught that, but I think there's still time. I think there's still time for us to get to the mayor's daughter.
I think so too. I think this illusion was a play. He knows we're coming. I think, as the elders would say, we've got his fucking number, son. Ink is cursing so much today.
This is a very...
Hink's filter is off, just like it's all curses. Just like
Love it. Kitty's got claws. Okay.
shut up, shut up, shut up. Stop talking. You're not... Sorry. The player in me is like, I wish I had heard what he said, but like Ink just did not want to hear his nonsense. Just like,
No. it's fine.
nah, dog. Try again.
The cart you see has 2 horses attached with 2 riders, and they're pulling just a small enough cart to fit you all. You're not going to be comfortable. There's a burlap sack going across the top where you see wired frames above to keep it aloft. Inside is made out of wood, but the tires, they have a strange glow to it. I'm going to say your eyes are still active, Zendark. You can see that there's an enchantment placed upon these wheels.
Interesting. It seems as if you have procured some quite fine people and cart here for us. Thank you for pulling this together in such short notice.
Yes.
As I gesture towards the enchanted wheels and people.
We may be small, but we do have our spell scrolls and casters. We're able to put a spell of expediency upon them. Now, it should aid. Every second counts. It would only shorten the travel to about, and I had said before that it would take you about 6 hours. Actually, no, because you're all the way in Roncalli, it would be a 10-ish hour journey, but on horse. But she goes, normally a 10-hour journey or so, but this should cut it down by a few hours.
Fantastic. We still need enough time to get a rest, so
Of course.
much appreciated. Are you hurt, or is anyone of this vanguard unwell?
No, they're fine. The people of my crew are trained to deal with these situations. They will guard you from the afflicted on the way there. Just try to rest and hold on as tightly as you can. There's darkness upon these moors.
All right.
Let's make haste.
I will jump in the back and use my backpack as like a pillow.
Ink and Big Steve also hop in, and they get real snuggly.
I get on the wagon.
Where Radaman kind of disappeared from, you made mention that there was like a feather
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Dullahan kind of spits on the ground where he was, and takes the feather and is going to use it as sort of a scrapbook of names, and Radaman is
hatred?
at the very, very top of it. Yeah, and he's going to be kind of, maybe as he kind of clambers into the cart away from Big Steve, he is just going to be kind of like looking at it and trying to study it somewhat, see if he recognizes it. Does it look common or familiar at all?
Okay. So you're looking to see if the feather looks familiar, or just everything in general?
The feather, like, is it from is it from a bird he'd recognize? Is it from our Corcoran? Is there something odd with it or interesting with it?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Very nice.
19.
Even at disadvantage, a 19. You look down and pick up the feather. There's a slight glow to it. Both, I would say it's a extraplanar energy emanating from this feather, and the feather is completely white. It almost feels radiant in a sense, and strange coming from the dark creature. And you look down at the pile of snow as well, and it too just kind of exudes the same energy, and you get a sense that this might have been components to a spell. Now, what bird or entity, you're not sure. I mean, a radiant wing can be from many different things. Archons, angels, so on, so sphinxes, so on and so forth. But you definitely get a sense that it was used in a powerful spell, and these are the reagents.
He's gonna, again, kind of gleaning what he can from it, put it away, and make note to maybe ask Zendark at some point, not now, but at some point, and then just try and find some sleep.
Alright. So, is there anything else anyone wishes to do before embarking towards the Vesper Mountains, aka the Mystic Mountains?
No. You can just slightly hear as the thing is rumbling, just Ink saying, "Don't worry, Big Steve. We're gonna get Kayvon back." And just petting him and soothing him as they both gently drift off.
Okay. He cuddles up with you as well. visibly shook by that past event.
For the first hour of my long rest, I will, well, still sort of like propped up and just laying there, I will reach out and touch each of my companions' pieces and begin the perpetual mending spell and infuse the warming aspect of it. So it'll make them feel like there's like a warm blanket over them. And then if we travel again in the future, they'll get aid against cold weather.
Got it.
Thanks, A5E.
Awesome. All right then. So with that, we will go into the cart. It shakes a little bit from the distribution of the weight. It's not the most comfortable of bedding, though there is a blanket, like a sheet-like rug where you can lay upon and keep yourself warm as Lillian walks over, holding the cart open. Good luck, heroes. And may the 9 watch your backs and carry you through this. And closes the flap as you hear, ride, fast like the wind. As it shakes for a moment, but you manage to deal with the sudden movement. Close your eyes and drift to sleep, knowing that the battle of your life will be waiting for you at the end of your trip. And with that, we're going to take a short break.
Yay!
So we'll be back in like 10 minutes or so please stay tuned. We'll have the timer up 2 minutes before we go on, and we will continue with part 2 of this dark adventure. So, see you soon.
3:30.
are back. Welcome back, everyone. So let's remove the bookmark and continue our tale. So, MGUs. As the sounds of spinning wheels upon stone roads and of grass coddles you to sleep. You can hear the flaps every so often hitting the sides of the cart as the two steeds, aided by the enchanted wheels, race forward throughout the mystic moors, heading towards your destination. The hours pass one by one as, after completing 4 hours of rest, Zendark, being an elf, your trance completes, and you can, if you so wish, wake up receiving a long rest.
Yeah, absolutely. I would also like to glance into the future now. Since I've completed a rest, I will prophesize, let's see, an 8 that I can substitute to someone this day.
Awesome. You take the time and peer into the future, pulling it towards you so you can shape it as malleable as it is. As you hear the sounds of the spinning wheels immediately, not waking up anyone else, but since you're awake, you perceive this in dark. You hear a lurching of the reins and the horses as the cart makes a sharp halt. You hear the two drivers speaking to one another. Oh no. They're here. Quickly, shoot to the east. We must... And then they go ahead and crack the reins as the horses pick up speed yet again. And you just hear... More incoming on the left! And it lurches across again, picking up, going faster and faster as you hear the drivers of the horse trying to evade something. Is there anything you wish to do?
I will sort of sit up and I will say to them, I know that like my other companions still need more time to fully refresh, right? Like I feel refreshed.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a long rest.
Okay. I will say to them, what's going on? How can I aid you? Are we being pursued?
Okay, so you peek through the front,
Yeah,
climbing up.
yeah.
As soon as you open up, you can feel the gust of wind pushing against you as you see them looking straight, getting as tight down onto the horses as if sprinters, as they guide and look around, and you just see, I wouldn't say an army, but just groups of the undead making their way, like kind of popping up between bushes and small circular trees, falling from the leaves down next to the like missiles next to the actual car as they lurch over to the right, and you hold on tightly to not fall off as you see, "Sir, get back in there! There's a swarm. We have to get out of here quickly!" Yeah.
All right, I'll sort of do as he says and like lean back, and oh god, like I'll wake the others. I'll slowly start to rouse them and say, we're being swarmed by undead. They're trying to outrun them.
Okay.
And I'll start to just like sort of.
Undead what?
And like I'm sure the cart is like extra like jittery.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know, I peeked out and they're trying to outrun them. They're using their power.
All right, so you all are quickly woken up, and now at this point, with you, so you guys technically haven't completed a long rest, but you haven't done anything to break your long resting yet. As you slowly rouse, and you can hear the sounds of the horses now, you can hear like a chase happening, and if anybody, you can easily pick up and look outside of the burlap sack, and you can see exactly what Zendaric describes: just armies or groups and groups of the afflicted making their way as you're cutting through trees, them falling down as if they are like falling acorns, but dangerous as they're trying to and grip and grapple onto the side of the cart. But the drivers are very trained, skillfully.
If Sully like goes to peek out, I will have prepared. I will have rolled my hands and created 3 little lights, like a string of Christmas lights. And when he does, I'll throw them out and cast dancing lights. And it goes 120 feet, and I can make 3 orbs. So I'll sort of throw them out of the cart and drift them away to like try and distract some of these things away from us.
Okay, roll me a deception check, please.
All right. And dancing lights is only a cantrip, so 17.
17. Bloom, a globule appears as you pass by between a couple trees, and the undead are quickly making their way. And actually, not all of you probably have experienced this, but they don't walk slowly like your common zombie. Some of them can sprint and move, and they're making their way with alarming speed, chasing this this cart in its wake, as a good 2 groups of them that were making their way get distracted by the lights and turn around and change course.
I can actually make 4 of them, so not that that matters, but I'm just
The 4 of them combined have
technically
have moved at least the front runners from attacking you, giving your fast cart some extra space before being attacked.
Yeah, so I will continue to try and do that and aid them as possible. I do have dark vision out to, I think, only 60 feet. I can throw dancing light a little bit further, so if I do see creatures within 60, like to the sides, or like at, what is this, like 2 o'clock and 11, 10 o'clock, I'll throw orbs behind them to try and get them to turn around. You know what I mean?
Okay, got it. So you're taking these few moments to go ahead and distract using the orbs. The rest of you still exhausted, at least. Do you wish to do anything, or are you kind of just hanging out hoping?
Are we like exhausted?
Well, you still didn't lose the point of exhaustion, is what I mean.
I see.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I didn't want you to be asleep if the cart flipped and we were attacked. I'm saying I think we got it. I just wanted to be safe. Just rest, but be alert.
I would say, I guess, like, I ready an Eldritch Blast or 2 if any afflicted get really close to the cart.
Okay, got it. Ink or Dullahan, do you wish to do anything, or are you just kind of hanging out watching?
I'm gonna ready Sacred Flame just in case one of them gets like to the cart.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit there and just be like ready. If one of them like peeks in, get him.
Yeah, I think Dullan, there's not much he can do in this situation, so he is looking around the cart, like in terms of, are there any supplies that he might be able to just tip out? So he's just surveying to see what he can do from this vantage.
Okay. All right, so you're all watching as you hear the drivers making their way. Yeah! Come on, Clip Clop! Sunshine Bright! We must go! As they're riding there, as someone turned in the name the horses. The horses are Clip Clop and Sunshine Bright.
Love that. Great names. Thanks D8 Dungeon.
I was like, I love these names. Where did you come up with these names? Thank you.
As they're making their way, now that you are aiding, I'm going to go ahead and roll them a check. As they guide, it'll be at advantage. So That is a 9. 17. Okay. So, the drivers are quickly making their way using the aid of Zendaric's spell to find a safe path for them to travel as they continue to cut through the Mystic Moors, breaching out into an opening, leaving behind them what looks to be the collection of the undead that can no longer chase going through their speed. So you do not have to use any of your ready spells as they do not make it close enough. But it was a harrowing and a close encounter indeed, as you hear them going, I think we're out of it. We've made it. Thank you, sir. Looking over at Zendark.
Of course. Thank goodness for you and your excellent horsemanship. We'll continue resting under your watch. Let us know if something else happens.
Will do. Yeah! As they continue making their way. Zendark, since you're awake, you possibly can either look through the flap or do this. As the rest of you fall asleep.
Yeah.
About a few more hours left in your journey. The sun, as the time passes by, there are no more issues, no more troubles, though the sun does pop over from behind where the sea shines, the sapphire sea, casting a beautiful yellow luminescent glow upon the Mystic Moors. It hits the mountains, and in dark, that is the first thing that you see as you peek through and see the shimmering Vesper Hills as they shine across like a strange mirror reflection almost. And you know this naturally because you're from here, is that is just due to all the materials and the gems that cover the surface of these mountains. One of the drivers turns around. I can see the Vespers. We've made it. As it continues to, and the rest of you hearing this awaken, completing your long rest.
I will rouse the others as hearing him saying we made it, and I'll say, you must take a look. This is a beautiful sight. The sun is at the most perfect angle. I believe it is a good omen for today. And I'll sort of pull back the curtain for them to see the, golden lights sort of bring alive the gems and the encrusted Vesper mountainside.
Wow. Big Steve, look at this.
Pokes his head through.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you approach the Vesper Mountains, you find yourself riding up to the mouth of a colossal canyon. Its walls towering hundreds of feet above you. The canyon stretches far to either side, with jagged rock formations and cliffs rising like titans on the horizon. The entrance to the canyon is a narrow crevice, and in the mountains, only about 10 feet wide, 20 feet tall. It's an eerie and imposing sight, with shadows cast by towering cliffs, creating an almost otherworldly ambiance. The cart slows down, whoa, as it begins to look around. We're here. We'll take you as far as we can. After that, you'll have to go on foot.
You have done enough. This is fantastic. We wouldn't have been able to make it this far and be as rested and prepared as we are.
It nods to you before, pulling the reins again, having the two Clip Clop and Sunshine Bright make their way throughout the mountains. Eventually, the path inside the canyon leads through a winding labyrinth series of tunnels and chambers. Every so often, the sun that was shining down becomes eclipsed by the mountain itself. As you delve deeper, the path descends as a series of switchbacks leading you deeper into the heart of the Vesper Mountains. Completely now covered, you once again enter darkness, but immediately you catch glimpses of faintly glowing lichen clinging to the rocky walls, providing the only source of biolumination. The further you go in, you start to hear faint sounds of guttural voices and an underground breeze that cause you to shiver, even colder than that of the snowy weather from the outside where you came from, a discerning reminder that you're not alone. Finally, as you walk up, you reach the horses stop as the hooves echo throughout this chamber that you're currently in. This is as far as we can go. The rest is a trek inside.
Thank you for all that you've done. Please be safe on your return journey.
We'll come back with reinforcements as soon as we can. Good luck. And may the Nine guide you all.
May the Nine watch over your return.
As you all get out of the cart, it turns around, yeah, and rides off back the way it once came. What do you guys wish to do next?
The cave isn't so big that our wyverns could follow us, right? Like we're talking like your average.
Yeah, you can fit your wyverns in here. But since the cart's technically a large creature, your wyverns would be able to fit. Now, there is a path. You are at the kind of an edge of a precipice of sorts. So what's beyond that, you have to take a look and see.
Well, we would also have to have them fly in because we're like in the cave now somewhat, right?
Yeah. They would
I assume that they were outside. Like, do we want to call them in?
I'm just thinking, could we, like, not necessarily to bring them with us, but we have nobody watching our flank right now. And if there are other parties of gnolls out there that are going to be returning and, I don't know, doing other evil gnoll shit. Not that our wyverns are going to be able to tackle them, but at the very least, they could alert us if anything was approaching. I assume their roars would travel somewhat. Maybe not the whole way in, but... And it is that it's Dullahan. Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just thinking that it's just that that's Dullahan's training of try and prepare for as much as you can.
Roll me a perception check, Dullahan.
Do. 22.
22. Okay. Did it roll in the... I didn't see it pop up.
Yeah, it rolled a 19, but I didn't see it stick.
I trust you, though. That's fine. Sometimes.
I can roll again if you want. That's...
Sure, let's see. Yeah, let's give it another try. There it is.
Okay, 17.
Still high, definitely high enough. Dullahan, you go ahead and look back and see, yes, it is a wide path that you can call in or even summon. You have the ability to kind of summon, as long as there's space for them, your wyverns, if you so wish. But you look forward and you can see the pathway descends downwards. It's thin. You'll have to definitely climb your way down this thin, almost chute that you can hear the sounds of rushing waters and wind blowing, and you get the sense that your wyverns could probably watch you from here, but going forward, they may not be able to fit.
I think he's gonna maybe call Ire then and just have her be on guard at this point, purely just to survey and ensure that we're not, if we're going to be followed, we should know about it, and I think work out that thing of Ire, if it's the gnolls, a hiss, give a sharp hiss, and if it's allies, if it's friends, if it's those we are waiting for, then more like kind of a guttural purr or growl, just so we know to distinguish, if we can hear anything, who it is that we can expect coming in behind us.
Yeah, totally. So within a rime appears on the cave walls, and forming through it, you see the arms of the wyvern until finally Ire appears, landing in front of you. Flapping her wings, she tucks them back. It is a tight, even in here, for the wyvern, but she turns around and takes guard.
Ready?
As ready as we'll ever be.
All right.
Go for it. Climb down.
Yep.
Okay. You look down and see it's a bit of a drop, about 60 feet that you have to climb down. I will need some athletic checks from everyone as you start to descend, as this is kind of free-form rock climbing, or some type of spell if you happen to have one. Now, if you have a climbing speed, you do not need to roll this. All right, so whenever you're ready.
Sorry, I was just checking.
Let's go through spells,
Scroll through spells. I don't think that I had time to copy that down. So we will be climbing. With, what is it? Acrobatics or athletics?
Athletic. I mean, I would accept an acrobatics. Kind of parkour your
Sick.
way down. I would
Parkour
accept
my
that.
way down.
I would
Okay.
definitely be doing that.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice, Sully.
I'm gonna wait for Sully to go first. Yeah. actually.
I would actually like to go first, and I would enjoy like being stealthy and like hide in the shadows, as it were.
Oh, wait, before you go, and I'm gonna tink 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 a piton and tie a rope and be like, here, use this.
Okay. How long of a rope is it?
I think I have a 60 foot. Let me double check.
We going classic dungeoneering.
Classic dungeoneering.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let me put us in the dungeon.
Yeah. I think I have a rope.
Ooh, now we're in the dungeon.
Oh, what's my archetype, by the way?
Oh, no, sorry. Zendaric mouths and tink 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 says with his teeth, here's where we should tap some pitons. This is where I would put one if I had them. I've only have parchment and ink in my backpack as a scholar.
So So with the natural 20, 26, 22 from Dullahan, is anyone petoning, or you two just heading down?
Nope. I have soap.
They YOLO down. Okay, I'd be like, does anyone, Dillahan, do you happen to have a rope before you leave?
I was taken from my house in the middle of the night in my pajamas.
So that's a no. Okay.
The school didn't give you anything? Okay.
Oh yeah, no, the school's gonna be really reliable for supplying its students with the necessary items or background checks on
Yeah, Dylan
on
just points
assignments.
Okay.
Anyway, Ink's gonna start climbing down and has done a bad job. Rolled an 11. Thanks.
Got it. All right. So we'll say Sully and Dullahan go first. So you said you want to go stealthy. Can you roll me a stealth check, please?
Of course I can. And because of my hide in the shadows feature, thanks a lot, level up 5e, I get an expertise die giving me an additional 1d4 to add to that roll.
Oh, fantastic. Please roll that.
I don't know how to do that in the skill itself.
Oh, I would just roll a d4 and all that.
You have to, like, put
An ability that'll let
basically
you roll.
like a bless on yourself for a turn.
Okay.
And then when you roll, it would do it.
Yeah.
Well,
But max. So add +4 to the modifier and then just roll that.
yeah. So,
Mm.
come on. This is
You
ridiculous.
mind you, you do have your stars that you've all earned, and some of you with 2. So if you don't use it, then you don't get to use it, I guess.
I'll use one, I guess, then.
Okay. Well, I'm saying
Sure.
I just wanted to remind you.
Okay. I mean, this is kind of important.
Shade.
No.
I know I have 2 stars.
Oh. So let me make sure you utilize all that you got.
I know. Anyway,
Yes, of course.
I don't think it's worth using for a stealth.
I do.
For Zendaric. For Zendaric.
I mean, I got a little bit better, but that's a 10.
Okay, a 10.
I don't understand what's happening here, but I did roll a natural fucking 20 for a 26 on the acrobatics check to get there.
Yes, and I'll keep that in mind. So, Sully, you make your way down, hopping and parkouring your way down one by one quickly before landing at the bottom, rolling down and hiding within the shadows. Quickly behind you, probably from like 10 feet up, just crashing down Dullahan with your high athletics. You superhero pose land as well before backing up and seeing everything around you. Go ahead and roll me, both of you, some quick perception checks as Ink makes their way down as well.
Could I forgo the perception to survey what's in front of me, to keep an eye on what's coming above us, like as in keeping an eye on Zendaric and Ink, just as a crap, just in case one of them goes.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Yeah, totally. All right, so just Sully then, your perception check.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna change these dice.
Ooh,
This is not great.
that's 7.
7. Unless someone in the chat would love to influence my life.
Remember, chat, if you ever want to bless the players, go right ahead and use your page points. But for now, with just a 7,
Yep, doesn't seem like anyone wants to help me. It's fine.
oh, it looks like D8 Dungeon. I will allow it this one time. Normally, players cannot impact the story, but we'll say, there, you got one from D8 Dungeon, Date Dungeon.
Awesome. I will now roll my perception again. Hey, 15's way better. It's because I had to use Barbie dice.
15. Nice. So, as you look up and pay attention, Delahan and Ink, you make your way down. With a 10, you slip slightly as you make your way, but are not enough. You barely manage to hang on. Using aid from Delahan, who's right there as well, you can easily aid and help them the rest of the way down. As Ink, you land at the bottom.
Ugh. Sorry, just still kind of sleepy from the very long nap. Like kind of shakes their fur around and like wakes themselves up.
Yeah, Dylan just and down.
Sully, you see before you what looks to be a river that cuts in between two pathways that run parallel down this tunnel. Tunnel's probably about 15 feet wide, or I should say 30 feet wide with 15 feet width is the river, and just barely a patch of earth that you can walk down one by one on either side.
How deep does the river look?
With your 15, doesn't look extremely deep, probably about 5 feet.
I do have dark vision, if that helps.
Yes, it does. There, so it is dimly lit here, just by the bioluminescence of the strange flora that are attached to the walls, and it looks about like 5 feet. So taller than you, but most people can stand in it. The current, though, is, and you can see there's a water coming from behind where you came at the bottom. So you came down. So right, you see there is a river that pushes a strong current. So if you fall in there, it might be pretty difficult to get yourself back up. Okay. Zendarik, how are you
coming
getting down?
down now? After sort of taking a few moments, watching everyone go down, I turn back to Ire and I'm gonna say, okay, we're going. Everyone's gone. It's just me now. And I will take a quick second to cast guidance on myself and say, here we go. And I will try and like leap and hop my way down in a way that Sully would.
Got it. Roll me an acrobatic check.
10.
A 10. All right.
I'm coming!
You go. Get about halfway, about 30 feet down before the ground beneath your feet gives way and you start to fall, just grabbing on and as much as you can to catch yourself as you begin to tumble. Delahan, you can aid. You're standing right there, and you did say you were paying attention. If you roll me an athletics check to kind of catch him, if you want to. I don't know. It might be like...
I'll roll it. Nat 20.
Yay! He does care.
You land directly, just like in his arms, lightly as you kind of see the face of Delahan staring down at you. No damage.
Blink, blink, blink. Thank you, my hero. I tripped.
And it's an immediate no. And like, okay, I caught you, and then we're putting ink down. It was like, there you go, friend. And with Zendarik, it's a
I will get up.
All right. Caloran has just blessed you by the 9. Praise be the 9. As all of you have once again another legitimate blessing.
Shade.
But yes, that is what you see, Sully, down there as your party once again reunites.
It looks like we'll have to stay pretty close to this wall here. There's a pretty strong river, and I don't know if we'd be able to really swim through it very easily.
How far across is it? Look.
15
It's
feet.
about 15 feet wide.
15 feet. I can almost jump across that.
Almost gets you right into the water.
Just like
Current
you
is
almost
very strong.
climbed down.
You're right. What am I thinking?
Do we?
Don't know.
So I know we don't have pitons, but do we have rope?
I have rope, yeah.
Then I think, as a matter of safety, and Dylan's going to ask for some, and he's going to tie it off around his waist and then pass it to Zendarek with ink, and then if we stay bound together, and then Sully, if you take the front, if anybody falls in, the rest of us can brace and then pull you back in, or pull whoever falls in back in.
That's a good idea.
I will.
Can you see in the dark?
Yes. I sure can. Thanks.
Maybe you should be
Advanced
behind.
5th edition.
Maybe you should be behind me then, since we can kind of see the best.
Let's do that.
Dullahan, can you see in the dark?
I will check.
I can.
Think I.
Okay. I know the light is dim, but if anybody else has dark vision, we'll be able to see a little bit further than the rest.
I can also produce lights if we think we need them, but that would obviously cause people to then see us.
Correct.
I also can push them out like I did in the cart. I can control them up to, around 100 feet, so they don't necessarily need to be in front of us directly or on top of us. Would you like me to conjure some lights at a distance?
I don't know. I don't want to give away our position just in case.
I do also have dark vision up to 60 feet, so.
Okay, so we can all see in the dark.
Hooray!
Yay!
Look at us go.
I guess I'll still go first. I can kind of sneak.
All right. I will tie the rope as Dullahan suggested around myself and pass it along.
Alrighty. So, are you tying around yourself as well, Sully? And you're
I
taking...
suppose so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tie myself to the group.
All right. And are you all going stealthily, since you're tied together? All right.
As stealthily as we can be, I guess.
Can I please get a group stealth check, please?
It's gonna be 11 for ink. I'm just really rocking 11s today. It's going well.
It's an 18 for me.
18 for me.
8 for me.
Okay. Good thing this is a group stealth check. All right. So those are very high checks indeed. So may I get your walking order? We have Sully first, Zendarek, Dullahan, Ink, or how?
No, I thought Ink was in front of
Oh,
me.
Ink.
Yeah, ink. I'm second with Big Steve by my side.
Got it.
Squishy
I-
Wizard
I-
third.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, Squishy Bard second. Here we go. Come
Yeah.
on.
Squishy Fighter last.
Squishy Rogue first.
Fine, we're Team Squish.
Speaking of
No.
Team Squish, now that we're in the thick of it, I will take a moment and mage armor myself.
Nice. Very nice.
It is my signature spell.
remind us how your mage armor looks?
I pull out my Rubik's Cube Diamond Focus and I spin it and activate a few of the runes I have carved on it. And with it, a gossamer sort of shine floats around Zendark like a shimmer, sort of illuminating him for a moment and then like seals in and increasing his resistance.
Alright. So, with all you prepared and ready, Sully, you take the lead as you make your way stealthily down this thin patch of earth, trying not to slip into the fast current, mere inches away from your feet. Let's see, Sully, what's your passive perception?
I believe it's 16.
16, okay.
Yeah, because of level up 5th edition, I have an additional 3 to my normal 13 passive perception.
Excellent. So, getting a 15 or greater, as you begin to walk, and the path seems to go on for quite some time, but can't tell beyond your 60 feet of dark vision where the end is, you begin to see a collection of strange, white, thick, silk-like substance. You stop for a moment and look up and down the walls and maybe even touch it slightly just to see what it is, and it's some type of thick web. Carefully, you place it back, confirming this. And then looking around, yes, there's a lot of webbing around. And it's fresh.
I take a little bit of the webbing and put it to my tongue. We need to keep our eyes open for some probably large spiders. This web is extremely fresh. And judging by the quantity, it's probably a big spider.
Should we perhaps cause a diversion? And I will illuminate a fire in my hand and hold it like a firebolt.
Did we run into the spider web, TM?
No. So you didn't run into the web. You just see that there's webbings on the ceilings and walls, giving a portent of sorts of what could be inside further.
Okay. What do you think, Zen? I mean, maybe if you disturb the webbing further down, it'll attract the spider's attention, and we can creep up on it and surprise it.
Or go past it, whichever you think is best, but I think perhaps doing something to this webbing and maybe setting it alight at a distance could cause some panic.
I mean,
DM, sorry, could you lower the effects just a smidge?
Oh,
Just a smidge, yeah.
But I don't know. What do you all think of lighting some of these webbings ablaze?
I think that disturbing the webbing will alert the giant spider to us, and I'm against that.
I thought you were all for chaos this weekend.
I love chaos, but I don't like spiders.
And I think what Ink thinks.
All right, I will then close my hands and smush out the flames. Then what do you propose? Should we try and sneak past this?
Yes.
Continue?
Yes.
I agree. In my experience, I think we do our best to stay off of the webbing as much as possible. Even the slightest vibration is like a loud voice in the dark to a spider.
If you are to get caught don't move. We will try and cut you free, or I would like to test and see. Sorry. Can I prestidigitation and sort of like clean to remove any webbing if I were to touch it to like remove the stickiness? Like I want to try and touch it and then like see if my hand sticks to it a little bit and see if I can magic it.
No,
Like I'm
please
not like
don't-
sticking
please
my
don't
hand in it.
Touch the webbing. I beg.
Didn't
I
you
beg.
just touch it? I thought he just. Okay, I'm just trying to see like how we
did.
can
I
prevent.
did actually touch it.
Yes, he did just touch it too. So
Stop touching the webbing.
Yes. But he
Everyone-
touched it.
Everybody take your mitts. Put them in your pockets. I swear to crust.
is there a way to proceed then?
Yeah.
Slowly and carefully, I would say.
Yeah, just want to make
Like,
clear, it's not
is-
not blocking your way. You just see that there's webbing on the walls. Like
Is it like a laser room? Okay, so it's not like a like
Yeah.
webbing all over. We can just continue to walk.
Yeah.
So
You-
far, yeah. that
He
is-
had a high enough passive perception to see something. So it's not like so you were able to now have this conversation because he passively perceived that perhaps a spider or something that would make this webbing lies further within rather than just running into it. It's what that basically means. But it's not blocking you. It's not hindering you. Just giving you a
Got it.
hint.
Got it.
An advanced warning of sorts.
Yeah.
All right, proceed then.
Carefully and slowly, Sully proceeds.
Okay. You continue to make your way down the arduous path till you reach probably about a couple 100 feet from when you first entered. And you see that the waters, it becomes louder, and to your right you notice it pools together in the middle of another circular chamber, breaking off into 6 different directions. It's only about this inner chamber is another 30 foot in diameter, so not too large. But still, with your passive perception, you see that the spider webs have gotten thicker and larger, and now much more noticeable.
Can I investigate the room itself to determine if any of the spiderweb had been disturbed by maybe a bunch of gnolls that don't care? If there's any footprints of any gnolls that might be carrying a small human, signs of recent travel or anything like that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check or a survival check. Except either one.
Could I aid him actually
Sure.
in this by? I'm going to cast my dancing lights, but I can control the dimness, so I'll make them just in the areas he's looking, sort of illuminating that space to try and make it more obvious. Even though we have dark vision, obviously, some lights make things easier to see.
Certainly. Helps illuminate, as you can now roll this at advantage. Sully.
Awesome. I'm checking all my other things. Okay. Investigation. Here we go. Oh, my Lanta. That's a 10. At advantage.
Okay. You do have your blessing from Caloran if you want to use it. If not, you can keep it banked.
We might need to keep that banked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I smell trouble.
Okay.
It's easy to notice.
And I'm just like looking around, so this isn't like
All right.
if there's
Sully.
anything obvious it'll stand out to our passive perceptions.
Yeah. Sully.
I hear the gnolls.
I know the nose echoing out there. Jeez. That dog has a thunder bark, I swear. I even have like sound dampening in this room, and it still comes across like he's right there.
Yeah, that's okay. We love pets here.
Yay. But Sully, begin to investigate the ground and noticing, yes, there are patches of broken webbing. As you walk into, can hear the running water. You can see the different caves that the water is leading into. So they're like small, they're half as size tributaries bleeding out into these 6 different directions. You can't quite make out if there's any footprints or any, it has been damaged or at least traversed, but you're not sure exactly where with your current investigation check. You might need more time, but with your passive perception, you do see like a little shadow moving across the ceiling and can barely just make out the sounds of something crawling.
Zendark. Actually, I send a mental note to Zendark. Zendark, prepare a bright light at the ceiling.
I will respond with a say when.
Everyone, I don't think we're alone. Do I hear it getting closer, TM?
Roll me a perception check now that you are active.
Oh my goodness, I'm so spooked out now. Come on, Barbie dice, you're failing me. I'm gonna change these ones too. That's a 6.
A 6. You look up, it's hard to see. Yeah, you definitely see something moving. And it hasn't acted upon you yet, but you can't catch its movements. The ceiling is much higher now that if you crossed to this area, you do see the ceiling is much higher, just stretching up, and you can see that there's thousands of webbings and pathways up there. But nothing attacked you, nothing has made itself that you noticed.
I have a passive perception of 16. Do I see this now too? Now that he's alerted me?
Oh yes, everyone. Yes, you would definitely. If you stepped into the room with him and I've seen it, you can now see this. In terms of the shadows, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can notice something else.
Oh, okay. Now to like look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, Bill. 8.
Something glances past your vision. You wait a moment to see if you catch it again. Nothing.
I'm gonna be like, I think I see it over there, and I'm going to use this moment to use the other form of dancing lights, which is what Sully said to do, is cast a bright light, but I'm going to combine them, and it says I can make it look vaguely humanoid. So I'd like to make it look like a human on the ceiling in a random direction, since I don't really know where it is, and have it like crawl, like have it look like a person crawling, a bright humanoid person crawling on the ceiling, to see if that triggers the spider.
Okay. So you go ahead and the goblins collect, and you just
Like
put it
60
up.
feet away also, by the way. Like 60,
Oh.
50 feet away from me. Like not near me.
Got it. So you're just doing it like high up there.
Like on the like it's like a thing crawling on the ceiling. Yes.
Yeah. Immediately you see like, well, that's a bad sound effect, but like as many legs scurry over before you notice just the edge of your vision. It's also is it lightly lit, that area as well?
Yeah.
You see what looks to be a white, large spider with hairs all up and down his legs and a thick mandible and thorax. Just go ahead and lunge and crush at the dancing lights.
I will extinguish them as it like lunges at it, like so that way it thinks it like won. But I'll be like, it's over there, and like take like back up and like away from where we were.
Okay. Keeping your group check in mind of keeping in mind your group stealth check from before, it doesn't seem to have noticed you as you look up and back away. But yes, you now are aware of a large spider, a white fuzzed spider somewhere above, and these 6 pathways are in front of you.
You saw its legs; it was hairy.
Oh, so nasty.
Sully, what do we do?
Quietly, let's go this way. And I go towards the path that is like the most disturbed.
Sully
And-
holding it down.
And it's the one that Rachel, the person, is leading down because of the spider chat.
So the one less. Before you weren't really able to go ahead and roll me another. I would say a survival check now, because you can't quite investigate that fast. A 10.
Flat 10.
Roll me D100.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Okay. Here we go, everybody. How do I do the D100? Oh, here we go. Well,
7.
it's either real good or real bad.
I will tell you, yes, it's either real good or real bad. Yeah, I'll give you it.
Thanks.
All right.
Not stressed out at all.
You
That's
quick.
not horrifying.
You quickly suss or out that.
Super sus. You're right.
You quickly suss out the fact that perhaps it will take some leaping. It's not like 15 feet to each, just a few. There's a quick jump across, but maybe the third opening from the left. So the sort of middle is where they went. You're not sure, but in this short amount of time with the monster looming ahead, you're not quite paying attention, and you can head towards the middle pathway. But if you're trying to not be caught by the spider, I'm gonna need two things: an acrobatics or stealth check to avoid landing onto the spider webs that may or may not alert it, as well as a stealth check just to generally. Actually, no, just a straight stealth check, and that would be whether or not you run into them or not.
Okay.
From everyone.
Oh, sick.
I'm going to say this really is really important if we're not going to fight the spider. So let's do this together. And I will cast touch Dullahan because I know he sometimes has a hard time, and give him guidance.
Ooh, I'm gonna reach out to Sully and cast a bardic inspiration and say, Sully, you're the stealthiest of all of us. We rely upon you and all you do to keep us quiet and safe. Bardic inspiration
Nice.
for you, baby.
Is that a D8? Or is that like a D6 right now?
Wait, let me tell you. I'll tell you all about it. It's now 1d8. Yeah.
You can
Sick.
use it now, or you can use it.
Yeah, I feel like it's important. That's 19 for me now.
Wait, it's stealth. We're rolling stealth, right?
Yes.
Correct.
21 for Chaboy.
Delan, what did you get?
8.
Plus guidance.
That was with
That's with the guidance.
That was with it.
an 8. Okay, I'm gonna roll the spider a perception check.
I'm going.
19, by the way.
Maybe we use that. Maybe we use that inspiration for Delahan. 'Cause I
I'd say,
really
yeah.
don't want to fight this spider. I really don't want to fight this spider.
I also
Yeah.
really don't want to do the spider. I do not like spiders.
Grossed out.
So
So
you can
bad.
roll one. Don't roll another stealth check, but put advantage. That way, it's just one roll, and that will be
Okay.
your next roll. Thank you,
I'm
Calvin,
fine
for
with
your
this.
kindness.
Yes, thank
Plus,
you, Caloran,
plus the
Thank
2.
you.
for keeping
Yeah,
us
plus
away
the
from
2.
spiders.
Yeah, it'll be +2. Yeah.
13.
14.
Oh, 14. Sorry. Math.
14. Okay, let me go ahead and. roll.
I also had a 19, by the way. Actually, I saw where the spider was, and as we make this jump, I'm going to glance into the future and force this spider to roll an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Wow. However you do that, fuck yeah.
I'm going to prophesize that it doesn't see us, that it sees like one of the gnolls or something catches its attention, or that's what I have put out into the world.
Okay. You all quickly make your way, jumping across the small bits of rock, trying to avoid the spider webs as much as you can. As you can hear more scurrying sounds from up above. You hear
Gagging.
kind of like an echoing call from up above, just alerting you about the spider's presence. As you begin to hop over and over, Dullahan, you make a jump as you are at the end of the pack, and just a little bit of your toe taps one of the stringed webbing as it reverberates up. As it begins crawling, you will quickly make your way inside the next tunnel, able to jump across into the middle as it lands. And begins crawling around. You make it back, and you make it out, or at least out of that chamber, unnoticed by the large spider,
Oh, fuck.
as it climbs its way back up.
I told you it wasn't going to see us. Carry on.
I really, really hate spiders.
Don't worry. That one is gone for now.
Yeah, but we gotta go back.
Not this way.
And Zendaric, since a prophecy of yours came true, you prophesied that you wouldn't be seen. You would get a point, but you're full right now, so.
Oh, okay. I mean, I sort of set that one up, though.
I mean, it still could have passed with an 8, but you don't know. But it didn't notice any of you as
Oh,
you
yeah, you're
prophesized. As all of you rolled just high enough. I believe that 8 was what brought it 1 down below the 12, giving it an 11, I think, or something like that.
Well, he had +2 from the.
Oh,
guidance,
that's
so
right.
It would have been a 14.
It was a 14, so. Okay, well.
Still.
But like an 8, like I don't know, Spider could have had a +5. That still would have been like reasonable. So thankfully, I felt like that that made it.
Yeah. But let's hope you chose the right path, as still wrapped in your with your rope, you continue to make your way down this larger corridor. Now the stream itself is about 5 feet wide, and you have enough walkway where you can stand side by side for the most part, going deeper in the stalagmites and stalactites of the cave, just protruding out, making your way deeper and deeper in. So the cave continues and winds and turns as you try to discover where to go next. Sully, since you are still at the head, why don't you go ahead and roll me a survival check to see if you can guide your group along, as there are more openings, different small little cracks within the caves of the Vesper Mountains. And one can easily get lost.
Zendaric,
Yeah.
I'm looking down this way, but let me know if you see anything as well.
All right. I will
Guide
try.
my abilities, as it were.
Sure, I will try and aid you. And I will touch Sully and give him a little boost.
13's better than an 11.
13. Alrighty.
If I learned anything from last Sunday's stream, it's always ask for guidance.
This labyrinthian pathway seems to go on forever, Sully, as you're trying to track any type of knoll activity, any type of clue that will lead you to the right path. You look down and you see something. No, you smell something. Ugh, the familiar smell, the stench of feces left by a dog-like creature.
Big Steve, now is not the time.
The Big Steve's questions being all the way in the back.
That's not Big Steve.
You turn and
This must be from Knowles.
can turn and see a left corridor leading where the stench seems to continue, while the rest, perhaps you don't give any clue of any null activity. Do you proceed?
I look back to my group and I kind of look a little unsure, to be honest with them. And I say, I can definitely smell at least the Knoll bathroom down to the left here. Whether or not that's just their normal stench, I'm unsure. But we can continue or go to the left. What should we do?
I'm not very well versed in these Knowles living situations, but maybe follow the scent? I don't know.
I was afraid you were gonna say that. Let's go then.
What do you think? Any other options or thoughts? I don't think that we should split up, for sure not.
Definitely not. No. That would be unwise. Yeah, I guess follow the stink.
Ink, don't the elders say anything about not shitting where you eat?
Boy, don't they. The elders have a lot to say about the placement of feces for the good of the community. Maybe a lot, maybe too much, if I'm honest. You know, we just bury our poop far away in the sand.
Dysentery is a major problem in a lot of urban and rural settlements.
Yeah. You must be wary from dysentery, say the elders.
It's possible that the Knolls are. I can't believe we're doing this on stream, but
Yep. Yeah, we are.
maybe their smell is keeping or is off-putting any other creatures from coming, sort of marking their territory, outlining. So, and like, neither Dullahan or Declan want to go into the poop room. I'm just.
Yeah.
Wait, we've been doing this all wrong.
What?
I turn for the first time because Sully does not really like Big Steve.
Does everybody have a problem with Big Steve? What the fuck?
No, I'm just
Am I the
frightened of
only
him.
one who loves Big Steve? Am I the only one? I'm the fucking cat person and I love the dog. What the hell?
I love him too, but he's a reminder of hard.
What were we
hard
supposed to
memories.
do? Just like put him up for adoption?
No, I agree. We needed to
No.
keep Big Steve.
Yeah, we needed to keep.
I started
Can't
liking
believe
Big
this.
Steve more
Fucking.
as we had to like adopt.
I'm unwell. I'm rendered deeply upset personally. We don't like the fucking dog.
Oh no, I do love him.
Zeki likes Big Steve a lot.
Yeah.
Sully is not.
Yeah,
sold.
Sully and Dully do not like the dog. What is happening? What is occurring? What are we
Sully
doing?
Sully and Dully. I smell a spinoff.
Oh boy.
So that's when we dismantle the school and y'all open a bed and breakfast.
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aw,
that's a
right?
great. And hijinks ensue.
That's a good one.
Dullivan's known for his hospitality skills.
No, you're in charge of the books, Deli.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
worry.
got it.
Ink's fucking headcanon is a wild over here.
Big Steve, you have a good nose for these sorts of things. Do we follow the smell? Or do we go further this way? Can you discern anything with that sniffer of yours?
Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check.
You are speaking to a dog, just so you know.
Because you
a
gotta have
19.
faith.
A 19. Okay. You go ahead and try to convey as much as you can to Big Steve. He begins smelling the air again and heading towards that kind of fecal matter air, tunnel. And he walks back to and heads back towards that area, seemingly pointing in that direction.
The nose knows, so we should go that way.
Good work, Big Steve. And Ink takes a treat out of their pack and gives it to the dog.
Takes a
Because
bite out.
because I love the dog.
I give Big
Gonna
Steve
find
a
the only
pet on the head.
fucking one.
I pet Big Steve.
He takes it
Unbelievable.
and wrinkles right back up towards Ink. Alrighty. So how are we proceeding down here? Stealthily again?
Yeah.
Alright, gonna need
Yeah.
another set of stealth checks, please.
Ah, jeez.
We're
Okay,
the
here we
best
go.
of those, it seems.
Nobody got passed without a trace?
No.
No.
8 for Chaboy.
Alright, 8.
Not doing well.
It is a group stealth check.
I know, but still. Lower than the average.
9.
Ugh.
24.
12.
Alright. 8, 9, 24, 12. Got it.
Wait, did
Okay.
you use your Bardic already, Sully?
I used it before.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, also you wouldn't need it. Sorry, I'm looking. I'm confused.
It's okay.
I'm deeply unmoored by y'all not liking this. I don't know how to play this game anymore. You don't like the dog?
The truth comes out.
This is the real drama zone. If I'm honest. All my stealth skills have gone. Just cheese and crackers.
So you continue to travel down as stealthily as possible. The cave itself, at least this part of the cave, stretches about 20 feet, and the ceiling about another 20 as well. There are jagged rocks protruding from the sides as you go further in. You all have dark vision, so you are, as the bioluminescent light seems to be dim and are few and far between, as you start to notice a higher collection of the fecal matter that you originally saw at the entrance. You go a little further, and Sully, since you are up ahead, please roll me a perception check.
It's gonna be hard. My nostrils are stinging right now.
Oh, yes. I would say just passively you can smell. The smell has gotten 100 times worse.
Fucking matter though, because I got a nat 20 for a
Nat-
23.
Nat 20. The cave itself bends around a corner, and you can hear the sounds of metal scraping up against stone, as you can hear. Do you understand Draconic?
I do understand Draconic.
You hear in Draconic.
Why do we have to clean? Why do we have to shovel shit? We should be back there with the master. Quiet! You do not question master's judgments and orders. We are to take the shit and deposit it here Once done, we return. Ah.
And of
Can I
course,
discern how done they are with cleaning the shit?
I wouldn't say you be able to tell. Not so much. But
By
I guess
continuing to listen, do they like mention at all how close they are to being done?
I would say you get the pausing in to listen in and continue. They go,
We've been out here for hours. We have one more. Just deposit it here, and then we can return.
so you get a sense that they're leaving shortly.
I send psionic whispers, I think they're called, to the entire group. There are gnolls ahead of us. It seems that they've been tasked to clean the shit. It seems like they'll be done soon, though. Maybe we can follow them to the rest of the group and then have our own guided tour.
Understood.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I guess we're waiting until they're done.
Yeah, we're gonna creep
We're
in.
gonna like kind of follow behind them
Sure.
at a safe distance.
So you go ahead and peek around a little bit, and you can see, yes, two gnolls are indeed shoveling up what looks to be a humongous pile of dung it was inside of a crate of some sort or a barrel that they were kind of shoveling and pushing up into a corner. As you do, Dullahan, actually I would say, you rolled the lowest with the 9. I would say, Dullahan, you kind of like trip over a rock, oof, make a sound, and you hear, what was that? And stop for a moment.
They'll probably just win. Come on, we need to head back.
They rolled really poorly on their perception check and did not notice any of you.
Because I was gonna use a minor illusion and make the sound of the spider walking along the ceiling if I had to.
But they did not notice you as they begin wheeling back the empty shit barrel, heading down the pathway.
Oh, they just get new barrels and then they have to shovel shit. Silly. But they are gnolls. Never mind.
You go traveling behind, passing the pile, holding your noses from the stench as you continue to make your way down. They stop every so often, but you stop as well, and generally, they do not notice you. What feels like hours at this point of winding tunnels and chambers. You finally stop as they stop as well. There's an elevated, like a hill of some sort, a mountain, and you can't see past it, or else danger of being caught as they begin climbing down a cliff of some sorts.
Come on, we're almost there.
As anyone who understands Draconic can understand their kind of passing speech. And mostly when you've been listening, they've just been complaining about not being at the favor of the master and wanting to do more to raise their stature and not be poop scoopers before making their way down. And they're no longer within your vision.
Well, should we head in? Head down?
Yes, I guess.
Lead the way. We'll follow behind you.
I think we could, I look down at my waist. Untie ourselves now?
Are we like, we're not like on a cliff's edge anymore, right?
Not anymore, but you can walk. If you want to, you can go where they were and see where they went. But right now, you just saw them climb down something.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
right.
I'd like to like
Yeah.
sneak up and see where they went, kind of a thing.
Sure. Stealthily make your way up, Sully. After, I'm assuming you're all unbinding yourselves from the rope.
Wait, we had a rope?
Yeah, we were all like tied at the waist.
And we didn't use the rope to descend the cliff? Sorry, I thought we tried. We failed. I thought we didn't have a rope.
I
You
know.
didn't have any pitons to secure the rope.
Oh, right. No pitons. Plenty of rope. No pitons. Sorry.
It's all right.
My brain stinks.
Sully, you look down and see probably about 80 feet or so, a cliff that sharply descends. To your right, you do see there's a pathway to safely walk down, but the gnolls themselves have climbed down. You see a large cavern, a humongous opening, deep within the Vesper Mountains. The ceilings go up endlessly, though right in the middle, what looks to be a cathedral-like building, attaching itself to the back, attaching the backside of itself to the better half of this room, showing that it probably has a path deeper within. You see at the entryway to this pantheon is a massive stone archway adorned with intricate carvings of dragons in various form. The archway itself is massive, easily 50 feet in height, and flanked by towering stone columns.
That's kind of like the entryway to this cathedral type area.
Yes.
Okay.
It looms like sentinel guarding the entrance to what possibly is a temple. Down below, you see there are several other gnolls. You can hear the yipping sounds of these gnolls as they make their way into the temple, including the ones who you saw descend.
Well, that's clearly the cathedral to the Big T, where all the bad activities happening. Should we wait for reinforcements? We're so far in. I don't even think we would hear if Ire hissed or squawked. I don't know. I want to proceed, but if that
Yeah.
place is filled with baddies,
Do we see where any prisoners are being held from up here?
If anywhere, because there's just a large kind of stone pathway leading into this cathedral temple that's attached to the mountain. Nothing you could see in there. If they were being kept, they're probably inside.
And there's no way to like traverse to the top of the cathedral. Like we wouldn't be able to like get around the edges of this cavern and like just get onto like the roof of the temple.
No, the path leads downward. Though if you can climb walls and make your way across, it's like a giant, almost like a dome thing, and you're looking up, and the cathedral is lower than you, so you have to make your way down with the entrance, but it's still massive and large. So if you were to come around, let's say, the perimeter,
Yeah.
yeah, you can make it that way.
oh, there's like an actual cathedral building beneath us.
Yes.
we
Yeah,
can-
it's like
It's
well,
not like built into the rock.
It is built to the rock, so it's like a gigantic room, circular room, and you just come out from the front entry, and you're looking at this as the other side of the mountain is all stone, so it's attached to that. So if you were to go inside, perhaps you'll go deeper into the mountain.
So
Oh, go ahead.
No. I was because I'm still not sure. Like, are we? So do we see the sky from where we are?
No, you're inside of a large
in a big
dome
cavern.
inside the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I can get us inside if we need.
What do you mean?
I can cast Disguise Self and turn into a gnoll.
You do that to yourself?
Only when I need to.
Let me check my pack. Oh. We might not need to do that, Ink. If we can go around that edge on the right side there, I have these pythons. We might be able to drop ourselves down.
Thank goodness you have such
Wow,
great supplies.
so glad we had pythons this whole time. Huh. Cool.
Yeah, I just checked my pack and
Wow.
there they are.
It's okay. You know what? It's been a long couple days. I get it.
It was in my bag of holding, so it was. I had to like.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to organize that. It's
A little
kind of
deeper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you.
I mean, there were ball bearings everywhere. It's,
Cool.
you know.
And just so you're sure, there is a pathway, like a path to get down there. You don't have to climb down. Or, yes, if you're trying to, like, mountain climb your way across without touching the ground, you totally can try to do that with the pitons. The choice is yours. What would you like to do, MGUs?
What we could do is I still have my earth elemental stone. I could conjure up an elemental and it be a distraction into the main entrance, and then we come in the side or from above. Are we just trying
That
to
could
get
also-
the mayor's daughter back, or are we trying to take this place down?
Well, I feel like the goal is to keep them from summoning Tiamat, but and not putting any of the greed shards in other people. Our checklist is kind of long, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we need to sneak and try and see as much as we can. Figure out where the people are, right?
Yeah.
Dullahan, you've been kind of quiet. What are you thinking of?
Dullahan, the entire time, he's now kind of unclipping kind of like the bits of armor that he's been wearing that have been causing so much bother and trouble with sneaking. I think that if we provoke even with an earth elemental, that will draw their attention for a moment. They'll put these are not stupid gnolls. They'll figure it out. And Ink, if you do disguise yourself as a gnoll, that's you covered, and you march us in as prisoners. That doesn't. The three of us have to be bound. We don't know how that plays out. I think right now, Zendaric stealth is the only thing we have. They don't know we're here. We have that element of surprise. So, and he's finished taking off his armor. This is all we can do.
I can hold that for you if you need. And I'll open my bag of holding. I have my own noble's bag of holding, so I'll put your armor in there for me.
I'll put it in the fancy bag, thanks.
Yeah.
Don't we all have like regular bags of holding?
Not
Yeah, but-
everyone. Just Zendaric specifically has one, and you got one from the school, from the Grand Reliquary.
Oh yeah.
So, what's the plan, MGUs?
I think we're
Pete.
sneaking.
Sneaking down.
Pitons. Yep.
So,
Sneak in with the pitons.
so you're making your way down to the bottom to then walk and sneak your way to the temple.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's go ahead and get those stealth checks in then.
I will give guidance again to Delahan.
I think thank you. I think I should have lost my disadvantage if I'm not wearing my chainmail.
Yeah, if not, we'll have you re-roll it. But if you unequipped it, it should automatically.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of all that's holy in the world.
I am going to give my second inspiration and foretell or prophesize that Delahan rolls a better roll. So I will give one.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
go
Well,
ahead.
I wish you'd done that for me, because Ink rolled a 9.
Oh no! So did he. Oh my God! You rolled a 9 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. I need one, so I
Oh,
can only
wait,
use one.
wait.
Don't
Do
you
I
have,
have-
Rachel? I feel
Do
like
I
you
have one to use?
I feel like you have a couple.
I think you. Let me go ahead and check.
I don't have Fantasy Grounds open, so I can't tell.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, you have one.
Ooh, then I would like to use it for the stealth, because this feels like a very important stealth moment. I just roll again, right?
Yeah. Delahan, you also have one as
Oh.
well.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll just use my one. Yeah.
Okay, well, fine, fine.
Nope,
Fuck my stars.
it's still a 9.
Oh no! Oh, she still.
Yeah.
Rachel still rolled a 9. If you wanna.
Zendara,
Okay.
You,
you might.
18.
Okay, yeah, fine. I'll give my.
Plus,
I'll give
sorry,
mine to
21.
you.
Yeah,
21.
it was either a 9 or a critical failure. These are my choices.
Yeah, no. I'll give mine instead of to Delhan. I'll give it to.
Thank you.
You foretold a prophecy. It just wasn't the right.
It just wasn't the right person again. How funny how fate works,
It's okay.
It's-
Sometimes I'm hard to discern as a person. You
right? Time works in mysterious ways.
all right, so
Know?
you
So
roll
does
one
Ink's
more time.
identity.
Right.
I roll again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave you mine.
I'm
Yeah.
switching dice. This one has been a jerk. And how about a 10?
Okay. Well.
Better than a 9.
I think Ink is going through it right now. Ink is like trying to be quiet, but is like something big almost just happened, and they're emotionally unwell now.
Okay. So we have
I'm unwell. Ink's unwell. We're unwell. We're doing our best.
fair, but it's a group check once again. So we have a 22 from Sully, 23, natural 20 from Zendaric, and a 21 from Dullahan. Alrighty. We have with a 3. Got it. And a 10. So you all start to descend as well, making sure that all the gnolls who are nearby have already left as they continue to walk towards this, like, it's a long path leading up in this wide open cavern. Width-wise, it's the size of a football field, if not more. And same lengthwise as you is a slight journey walking up to the mouth of this temple. But from your vantage point, you can see everything. But as you get lower and lower, using the pitons, I will not have you roll any checks, as now you're using the proper tools, you can easily descend down stealthily. Finally, as the last, you chisel, or you go hit the hammer as quietly as possible, you make your way down to the bottom, all of you landing. And you can look and see this large cathedral that's not about a few hundred feet away from you. It's massive. These tall statues that border the archway themselves are just foreboding and just exude a otherworldly energy that all of you are arcana'd, or you are all woven, so you can just feel the dark magic emanating. And then a chill, as all of you, even with Zendaric's spell, can feel a cool breeze just tickle your spine and cause you to shiver, coming from the inside of this temple. You go ahead and begin sneaking, stepping in and hiding behind rocks and boulders, as collection of the gnolls are having conversations. Ink, Sully, and I believe only you two understand Draconic. The two of you can hear them chattering. It seems that they're speaking about the day that Tiamat risen, finding the shards of greed and absorbing the energies from the champions chosen by Tiamat, and then raising her to the mortal plane, and just more very cultish speech. Finally, after a bit of time of close calls and quick dodges, you finally make it to the footsteps on the side. As you can see, several gnolls are making their way up these white stairs. You can feel the chill now. It is, if it wasn't for Zendaric's spell, you would be frozen over. How cold it is this close to this temple. It's largely written as a strange language of sharp angles that the two of you, Sully and Ink, recognize it as Draconic, as written across. It states, "By Tiamat's grace, enter and be judged." You see an opening, though, that can get you into the temple and hopefully finding the enemies within. What do you wish to do next?
Is it like the main entrance to the temple, or is it like a side entrance?
It looks like it's a very large main entrance. If you want to try to find maybe some side way to get in, you can try to do that. It would be I would say perception or investigation check, but you'll have to take some time to, and possibly get caught in the process.
That's a very ominous saying.
I'm just saying.
Hey, there's a possibility you could get caught. I don't know. I'm just the tail weaver. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Enter and be judged.
Shit. Okay.
I do not like that.
So, Dungeon Master, I'm trying to visualize this a little bit. We're kind of going around the side of this giant cavern. And we go past like the big entry gate sort of thing, and then we're still only, I'd say we're 2/3 of the way to the back end of the cavern.
So you want to continue
And
going past?
Well, I'm just saying, like, so I'm envisioning like a big circle, right? And the first third, there's like a gate, the big great gate with those big statues that were foreboding and exuding the otherworldly energy.
Oh, no. It's just nothing, just a pathway leading up to the gate right in front of the cathedral. Which
And how
is
far back is that?
like a couple hundred feet. It was a little walk to get all the way back there, and you were
Okay.
sneaking your way past, now reaching the entryway. It's still this is a massive dome, like humongous.
For sure.
So the cathedral is built into the back wall, so it's probably further in. Now you can look for a side entrance of some sort, but it looks like there is a main entryway, which is where these two statues are guarding. Not guarding, but you know.
I look to my companions. I think we should keep going and look for a side passage. I think it would be very hard for us to be seen from all the way up here. And I don't think a lot of the gnolls would be looking for someone up here. We haven't alluded to our presence yet. And I think we're relatively safe crawling around the sides.
I agree with you. I don't think that it's smartest to walk in this front. Let's see if we can find another way in.
Yeah.
But as I sort of stand there and stare at this saying, can I roll a history check to see if this, like, is something that I've studied or have recalled reading about?
The phrase itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a history check.
Like, what could it possibly mean? Like, stand ye and be judged. I feel like Travis feels like it means something, and I feel like Zendaric also is educated enough to think, like, this might be a trap. So, 25 as I try and think through the history and recall. Like, I also know that this is like a nefarious cult, so...
Yes. You get the sense this is a very foreboding, definitely. Tiamat, it's herself, you didn't have much information on it, just the bits and pieces you're getting. But deities or temples that have these kind of sayings definitely have defense mechanisms inside to keep trespassers away. So perhaps this is a portent of sorts of something that may happen if you cross the threshold.
Okay. I'll sort of like share that and say like this saying, it feels like it's definitely going to actively ward against trespassers and wrongdoers, so we need to be careful.
Ink, I think that also means that your disguised person might drop if you go through that main entry gate like that.
You know, you're probably correct.
I didn't even consider that. That's a really good call. That would be a very awkward position to be in. Shall we continue around then? Are you going to continue to lead us, Sully?
I can.
Okay. So, instead of going in, you continue to go further in the back, towards the sides of this Pantheon-like building, trying to see if there's another entryway. But there are some gnolls in this area, excavating, doing who knows exactly what they're doing, patrolling, keeping your stealth checks. I'm now going to give them an active roll to see if they see you. You're easily able to dodge past one of the patrolling gnolls, making your way to the side of this large cathedral-like building. And finally, as you get to the edge where you can't proceed any further, you look up at this massive structure and begin to search around to see if there's another way in, but nothing, at least passively, comes to mind. If you want to search, you can roll me some type of roll, but I'll leave it up to you to choose how you would like to search. So what would you like to do?
Why have we stopped? Sully, have you found something?
It's the lack of what I find. I don't immediately see a side entrance, and there were some other gnolls ahead of us. They don't seem to have seen us, but we may have to stop here and potentially investigate if we want to find a suitable entrance for ourselves. What do your keen elven eyes see?
I will peer around and take a look.
Okay. So just normal pass perception? As you look on it?
Yeah, can I roll a perception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception. I didn't know if you were doing some magic-y something.
Nope. Just looking with my magic eyes. 21.
21. Looking around, you don't see anything that comes to mind. There are no cracks. I mean, the temple itself looks beautifully done. It almost looks brand new. You've never heard of a temple, especially a temple of Tiamat built within the Vesper Mountains. There's definitely magics at work here.
Okay. No, I don't see a way in either. As I was like looking at these gnolls, where would they go and come from, like compared to where we are?
So you went past the main entrance. It looks like they would come out of the opening and then down the stairs and then continue to make their way.
Could we they're just gonna keep on like walking and leaving? Like we would have to double back and then go back in the main entrance type deal? Like is that where we saw them coming out, or could we potentially ambush these? Like they're leaving. It looks like they're gonna leave.
Oh, you're talking about who's they? The guards?
The gnolls.
I mean, there's tons of gnolls. They're just going in and out of the temple. There's some guards who you've snuck past right now, but there's like a whole herds and herds of gnolls.
But if there are guards like ahead of us,
no, you're at the edge now. So they're not. You're past the guards. you've snuck past them and gotten to as far as you can, where if you go any further, you're going to bat into wall. And you're kind of looking at the side of the temple.
So it's like the side of the temple, but there's
Yeah.
no like windows, no nothing.
No,
Okay.
nothing. Nothing that your eyes see.
Okay.
Got it.
So I will say I don't think that there's no more room for us to go, but perhaps I'm like flipping through my spell book to see if I have a spell. I don't have the ability to like burrow through this or move this earth, but this is the temple. Like perhaps we can. I don't know. I don't think we should set up an explosive either, but I don't know. Do any of you have a way that we could potentially get in, like burrow or break this wall?
The stone elemental I could conjure can travel through it, but not open a pathway for us. Other than by making a lot of noise, probably.
So then what is our plan? Is our plan just, I mean, obviously to try and stop Tiamat, but our first goal is to rescue Elena, right? Eliara. Eliana. So, I think if that with like, we can't be sure of our next steps if we don't have a goal. And I think our goal is to save Eliana and some of the people. I think perhaps make a distraction, summon our elementals, do something to get as many guards and people out of the temple as possible. And then sneak in and find them and then figure it out from there. I don't know what to do.
We should desecrate that altar for sure.
Yeah.
Make this place unusable for those of Tiamat's disciples.
I'm like a little versed in religious spells and magics, but I agree with you, but I don't know how we'll be able to do that without preparations.
I think we just smash it.
Yeah, he's just
just-
smashing it.
Oh.
I could
The
summon
old-fashioned way. I didn't think of that.
a critter that might be strong enough to help do smash.
Yes. Okay.
If we wanna make a whole gang of stuff, and Ink points to their bag of tricks.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
So, what's your plan? Trying to make sure I understand.
We're still sort of figuring that
Yeah.
out.
Figuring that out.
Uh,
Dolan, what would your plan of attack be? I know before you wanted to just kind of rush in there and start taking names and
Here,
maybe chewing on some sort of gum solution, but
some
we're all out of
Right.
that bubble gum.
I have to admit, I'm glad, and he kind of looks over at Zendaric, had the forethought to suggest we rest. This isn't, and he kind of looks down at the temple. I don't know what to do. I think. Sorry, there's a cat going nuts again.
yeah.
Damn nose!
I'm not doing it.
no.
Very stealthy and quiet.
I
One
think
of the cats in the temple.
yeah, temple cats. They're
Those
good.
temple
We're gonna save
cats.
them too. If we still want to attempt to infiltrate, I have a means to do so.
What's your means? Do tell.
I have the ability to not be seen.
Okay.
But
But if the
And he-
judgment of the temple turns it off, it would be the same boat as my.
and a thought flickers across Dullahan's small but mighty mind.
Yeah! Squish mind.
I'm a freaking dragon slayer.
You are.
Um,
Yes,
You are.
we've been told.
So maybe Tiamat can't judge me because I judge her.
I
Maybe.
made that logic.
I don't really particularly. Actually, you know what? Hey, Tailweaver. Would Ink have learned anything about dragons and or their slayers from the elders? May I run a history check and see if?
You certainly can.
Let me just think on this. Ink is sitting in one of the tents in the village, listening to the elders lather on about something, and history check. History check. How's a 17 work for a history check?
17. You remember
Like,
sneaking into the chamber where the elders have their conversation?
oh yeah, I would
and
do
their
that.
Kind of just listen in as a young Ink. And you remember a story, like a history lesson about slayers. There's a slayer for all types of beings that exist. There's dragon slayers, man slayers, beast slayers, even god slayers. They have a duty. They're only born, or their powers come only to fruition during times of need. And these slayers do have the ability to, as the word says, slay the intended target. So it's possible that he has some aversion to the magics of dragons and or Tiamat. Though, it's a gamble.
It's a risk, Dullahan. I can't guarantee that the temple would be immune to your powers, but the powers that you do have are once in an age. Maybe
We
I
don't
should
have
just
it.
shapeshift. I mean, disguise myself.
What?
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 Change disguise self by altering the moves into looking like an old.
Okay. But okay.
So we have two options. Ink transforms into a gnoll.
Using a spell.
Or,
We all like take a pause when Ink says it like that.
yeah. Or I put a little faith in destiny. And with that, he's going to cast invisibility on himself.
All right.
Alright. Boom, he disappears from your sight.
Okay. But-
TM as one last ditch effort before Ink uses a spell slot to change into a gnoll.
Yeah, definitely using a spell slot. That's
Can I also make one last investigation check to see if there's any side door or anything that we can go in?
Sure. Roll me investigation check.
Come on, that was a 19 and you know it.
13. You look around and you just can't quite see anything. It just
Got
nothing
it.
points
Okay.
out.
It seems like this is our best plan then.
Um,
Dullahan, I have faith in you. I don't know where you are, but I have faith.
Tailweaver,
Mm-hmm.
what do the gnolls wear?
Like loincloths and like leather armor. Some of them might have chainmail on, but they're totally like fur, fuzz. So they're not
Cool.
fully clothed.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. So, Ink, go
Very
ahead.
feral.
You first. You first, please.
Are we coming with you?
As
As
my
slaves.
prisoners, yes. If you'll excuse me. And Ink like sneaks behind a rock and starts like undressing and like reaches into their bag of holding and grabs like a loincloth.
You have loincloths? That's pretty impressive.
In my bag of holding, I have lots of clothes. It's fine. We all have. What do you keep in your bag of holding? That you keep so
Pythons?
unorganized that we couldn't find pythons when we needed them the first time. I don't think you have room to judge me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay. I got it.
And yeah. Ink goes behind the rock, changes clothes behind the rock,
Sure.
and shapeshifts into a gnoll.
Okay. Your body shifts and forms, becoming more feral, more canine-like, as Big Steve waddles over, and you just hear as he slightly
Big Steve, some privacy, please.
Big Steve runs away as your face becomes more like a maw of a canine with jagged teeth, and your eyes sink in, and hair goes down your head, down to your back, in like more like a mohawk fashion as you transform completely into the laughing gnoll.
Step out from behind the rock, and I say in Draconic, "How do I look?"
Only Sully understands.
In Draconic, I answer back. Very convincing.
Good, I'm still working on this spell.
I might need to work on the accent a little bit.
Doing my best over
What is she saying?
Well, she's.
They.
They're asking.
Oh, what are they saying?
They're asking how they look, and they look great, but the accent is more hill draconic, and we need mountain draconic.
Good luck. I'll say it's our turn to look the part, though, and I was gonna soil us with prestidigitation.
That's wonderful. I
Love that.
love
And
looking
then
dirty.
Ink starts like tying Sully's like wrists, not tightly.
Just wait a second here.
Oh.
Let me
Let
try
me just
this.
communicate telepathically. I don't like using the null voice. It sounds yucky. I'm just gonna communicate telepathically with you. If that's cool. Right in your head. Right in your head.
Sure. Can I make a sleight of hand check to make some like knots that I know will slip when necessary for Zendark and myself?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check, please.
Come on. That was a 20 and you know it.
Mine's getting stuck. Mine's getting stuck.
Takes you a little bit, but you're able to easily, eventually make a knot enough for you to slip out of it.
Okay.
Not your
I'm gonna
best effort, though.
I'm gonna say, here, you keep the rope in case you need it. And then I can actually hold multiple prestidigitations at a single time. So I'm going to, as its last bullet point, says you can create a magical trinket or illusory image that can fit in your hand. So I'm gonna stretch that a smidge and pretend like it's shackles if I keep my hands next to each other.
Okay, yeah.
Like I have illusory shackles on my wrists.
I'll allow it.
Just worry about being judged when you go through that entry door.
Honey, only Corellin can judge this elf, Nar.
We'll see what Tiamat has to say about that shortly.
Krell doesn't exist in here.
Right, no, I know. I don't have the list of deities handy, so
Yeah.
I defaulted to elf.
Okay. Yeah. In Draconic, I go to Ink. Lead me, please.
Without meaning to, Ink responds in Draconic. Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right.
Sully turns red.
Ink in null form crouches down to Big Steve and outside of Draconic, tries their best to sort of like get the words out to Steve to just say,
Hey, we need you to stay here. Guard for. Watch for ally. Watch for enemy.
Roll me that animal handling at advantage.
okay. Oh, that's gonna be a 21 for
21.
Chiboy.
He sees and then looks around. Gets even quieter. Nuzzles with you and stands by the rock and looks aware and alert.
Boy, good. Let's go.
Here we go.
All right.
I'm gonna grab the I guess like the rope or chain or whatever we've illusoryed to make it look like I'm dragging you in, and then I telepathically reach out to Delahan and go, Delahan, would you like to lead or would you like to step behind us? I just don't want to bump into you because I actually can't see you where you are.
I think the best play here is if I go first
Okay.
and I'm judged and the magic drops, then I'm an escaped prisoner of yours.
Love that. All right, let's go. Fuck it all, let's go.
Alrighty. So, Delahan, you go ahead and head first, and while the rest of you go around back, passing. One of the guards had already left over, so you were able to pass through without being seen up until you turn the corner, getting to the front of this massive cathedral. And these large steps with the two statues standing there as guards over the archway that leads within. Delahan, as you walk up the steps, you see other gnolls yipping. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check at advantage, please.
Oh my god.
An 8. Okay. Okay. You begin walking up, sneaking in there as you hear them chattering, speaking a language you don't quite understand. As you pass through the threshold with the carvings, be judged, you step up and immediately feel a force surround your body. It's thick, viscous, it feels, as you try to push through, but it weighs you down as your invisibility spell begins to wane in and out, in and out. As you concentrate hard on the spell, you feel an energy escape from within, casting a strange, silky white aura around your body before it turns invisible, and you hear one of the gnolls going, "It'll come back, Qatar," and begin looking around. One steps right in front of you, begins searching up and down. And steps away. Something has aided you in holding your concentration on this spell, as it is hard. You're like super concentrating at this point, but you are managing to keep it active, though something definitely attempted to break it.
Is the psychic link with Ink still active? Can I still feel their presence, or?
Can you... Well, not the link, but do you have a way to talk? Seems everyone has mind talking abilities. Do you also have one?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. But I just
Yeah,
think there
no,
was a
I can only speak to one creature at a time via telepathy. So
All right. So the rest of you have no idea what happened. But
no.
if you continue walking, Delahan, you can reach the top of the staircase, where you see that it's completely a white, a rime covering the top of the tiles that lead into the large open room, or say large opening, going deeper inside the mountain itself into the temple.
I think he's just going to here position himself and just watch and wait for Ink and the others to come through and just gauge that immediacy. There's no point in just going further in without them. He's learned not to go too far.
Yeah. Ink is gonna carry the rope. Just, I don't know, maybe like 20 paces behind where I believe Dullahan is. I'm not sure. Yeah. So we're approaching, I guess. If that's
Alright.
okay.
You begin to approach with the prisoners in tow. Make your way up there as other gnolls catch you and give you a nod, and then notice one walks on over.
Oh, what have you here? You bring more sacrifices. 3, and healthy. And well-dressed.
Responding in Draconic, we say,
Found them lurking while scooping shit. Thought it would please Tiamat. All to please Tiamat.
Roll me deception at advantage, please.
okay.
To be fair, DM, we probably do smell like shit from walking by there.
Oh yeah.
23, please, on deception.
23.
I have a very high deception modifier.
Good find. You tried to get out shit duty? Lucky. Bring them to the chamber with the others. The master will be pleased.
Them getting me out of shit duty is the only thing I'm grateful for. Maybe we won't kill them. Maybe we'll eat them instead.
Oh, you a sly one, but you don't want to go against Master. Master wants them alive
Yes,
for the sacrifice.
I know, but after a day of shoveling shit, sometimes you let the steam out.
And continues walking into the cathedral.
Okay. So you walk up, successfully bluffing your way through, walking up the stairs and passing by the actual statues. And when it does, it hits you like a knife right in your heart. Something heavy, and you kind of buckle over slightly. You find it hard to keep your form as it flashes for a moment. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Wait. You mean like...
Tell me if I'm not doing a spell.
Oh no, yes, your innate ability seems to be affected as you
Oh
pass through.
god. Okay, what am I rolling?
Constitution
I'm
saving
having...
throw.
Oh fuck. Okay. Oh god. How's a 12?
12. Okay. You'll have to concentrate on it, but you can barely keep yourself in your null form. It takes all of your mind. You are currently concentrating, so if you pass a concentration spell, you will drop your form.
Wait, I don't have to concentrate to do this. It's
Oh.
just an action.
Oh, no. But because of whatever...
But I have to stay focused on it. Or...
Yes, yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, basically whatever's happening, whatever this to be judged thing,
I don't like it.
is affecting shape-shifting abilities as well as possibly other abilities or magics. And you have to now concentrate to keep your form, no longer it being passive. Or if not, you can just release the concentration, but
Nope.
fear that you will return to your true form.
Hang it on. It's just like this Nolan grunting.
You okay?
This really didn't like shoveling shit.
All right. And you continue to make your way. As Dullahan, you see your ally, looking a little worse for wear, but walking up.
What happens to us when we walk behind? Because we're just behind them.
The prestidigitation disappears. Only the rope, the actual physical rope, is there.
Do they notice though?
No, they did. The deception was so good they don't even notice.
Okay.
Yeah, but you notice that whatever.
I knew that was gonna fucking happen.
Oh my
I'll let it happen anyway.
Yeah.
Also the prestidigitation sullying or
Oh, yeah.
soiling goes away, and we're like clean again. That's why she said it. Okay, duh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the sense that deceptive abilities are hindered by the all-watchful eye of whatever the statue is.
Okay, we'll just follow closely behind our master.
While still like focusing very hard on like keeping the construct shape of this knoll, I reach out to Dullahan and go, "Have you walked through the threshold yet? It's really hard."
It's disgusting. I can see you. There's more, and he gestures, kind of forgetting that he's invisible and no one can see him. Catch your breath, and then I think we need to go further.
Yeah, I'll meet you at the opposite end of the cathedral.
Like even telepathically, it's like hard. Ugh.
Alrighty. So all of you, invisible or deceiving, continue to make your way into the gigantic opening. You can feel the frost, feel the chill as you continue to walk in, though the gnolls themselves don't seem to be too bothered. Those who walk up, and it's a large opening, like 20 feet wide or more, as they're easily able to walk past you and step in. As you walk inside, clacking your feet against the stone, looking up and back one last time as you step inside this temple. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh my goodness.
Like a knoll, looking like a knoll.
All right. Congratulations, you guys successfully snuck in. This tunnel, this temple, it's gonna be fun. And yes, the good job, I would say slightly meta, depicting that, yes, maybe those words did show some type of truth behind some magics casted by the Temple of Tiamat. But with that being said, as we like to do at the end of all of our sessions, stars and wishes. Stars is what we like to give to any player who gave us life, the ooh-ah-ahs, who impressed us with their RP, battle prowess, or then so. And then your wish. What would you like to see happen? So why don't we start off with Declan? Why don't you give us your star and wish? I'm sorry, and social stars and wishes.
I wrote my star kind of very early on, actually, specifically for Rachel, when she said "dick-sucking archdemons," and I lost it. As Ink, obviously, in character, very much so, and it was phenomenal. I loved that. I love that intimidation.
Hate Radamon. Hate him. Hate his guts.
So that is my star. My wish is to bring this whole fucking cathedral down in one fell swoop. Failing that, I would very much like the Buffy theme song music to play out as Dullahan dies. That is, so you may take or leave either of those many wishes. Honestly, I was like, bow, 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 bow.
Like the very like sad slow version.
Yeah, really sad, slow. Like there's like rain and stuff like that. And socials, I am absolutely garbage at social media. I don't hate it, but I'm a lurker on it. I don't use it as much as I should. You can catch me at the Dopa Queen, or sometimes as that other D8 Dungeon account that may or may not appear in chat every now and again and break a rule. But that could have been Eilish. That couldn't you. There's a couple of us that use that account. There's a couple of us that use that account. I was just saying, might not have been me. But I did name Clip-Clop and Sunshine Bright, and I'm happy about that. So.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. So Rachel, that is 1 star for you.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like we'll see. I mean, don't think that Dullahan's gonna die. I mean, he may. Who knows? It will definitely be quite the adventure going through this temple. So we'll have to find
so
out.
many of us have died already, so who knows?
What's another death? Rachel, your social stars and wishes, please.
Yes. Please locate me on the internet under the handle I am Rachel Quirky all over it. Yeah, all over your Instas, your Blue Skies, your Twitters, your X's, your Threads. There I am. I like to manage a wrestler by the name of Charles Stunning, who's got some events coming up. So slide into my or their DMs for information on where you can see them do some grapples. And I would like to give my star to Sully for finding those pitons real late. It was very good. And also admitting that you don't like the dog, even though that made me sad. It was
Sully
I loved
doesn't
it.
like the dog.
Sully doesn't like the dog. Nobody likes the dog. But I'm
Sully
giving you
is warming up
I'm
to the
giving
dog.
you a star for it for your honesty and for the pitons. And my wish is to see this altar absolutely smashed by something cool. Maybe an elemental, maybe a big aminal, maybe a hammer. I don't know. I want to see it absolutely trounced.
Noted. Oh man, I'm quite excited for what's to come. Sorry, I'm just thinking about it. All right. But yes, noted. It'll be quite the adventure coming up. So, Sully, that is 1 for you. Zendaric, Travis, your social stars and wishes.
You can find me at OMG It's Travi on X and or Twitter. And you can find me with Zendaric on Blue Skies and all of that cool stuff. And my star absolutely goes to Rachel for the Radaman rant, as I'd like to now dub that. That was fantastic. The Radamant. That was the
Forever
fuck
known
you,
as.
shut the fuck up rant. I love that.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear anything you say. Your ugly words, your ugly face. Just leave. That was great. And that was fantastic. So 100% to that. I would also like to take her star away from Sully because Zeki absolutely knew he had pitons the whole time.
I did not.
You
I also did
liar.
not know we needed them at all.
You
We
liar.
were in like a cave. That
Okay.
We tied each other. Like, where is this cliff that we're climbing all of a sudden?
That's so funny. I thought you were being cheeky the whole time.
No.
When I was like asking for rope and pitons and we're like climbing down, I was like, surely someone will have them. And I thought you were
That was great.
I thought you were being cheeky and like pretending not to have them. Okay, fine. Okay.
I really didn't look at my inventory either. I'm like, wait, do I have those? And then I
Yeah.
yeah, I do actually.
And I will echo Rachel with that same wish. I really love the idea of defiling this sanctuary and doing some nefarious deeds in this evil place.
Fantastic. Okay. So another for Rachel. And finally, our very own Sully Oberto. Zeki, your social star and wish.
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Zektown. Been doing some microfictions on the socials, so check those out. Enjoy them. And in terms of a star and a wish, I will give my star again to Ink, Parchment on Paper, for their fantastic job of setting the tone of how we're going to smash the Dragonarchy.
Gonna eat them for breakfast.
That's it. So that is definitely where my star goes. I agree. That was like kind of like the shining moment of today's session. And my wish is to. I want to like rescue as many people as possible, but I also want to kill as many gnolls as possible. So conflicted. But that's my wish.
Awesome, awesome. Let's not forget there's also a dragon somewhere in there. The master.
Maybe, yeah, somewhere, if they show their face.
You said she has not been brought to this mortal plane.
No,
oh,
remember-
you mean the
remember
white
the-
one? Oh,
Remember
fuck! I
in-
forgot about the white one. Fuck.
Yeah, this little baby one.
Have you not heard me saying, and it's cool and cold? and
the
you've been
rhyme
shivering.
on
the rhyme on the biz.
yes, you have 100 million times. Yes, I do remember. I just forgot and remembered.
Remember, and that's the master, and the queen, the late savior, is Tiamat, who's not there. But there's still a dragon in there, so pace yourselves.
So that's it.
All right, so by my count, I believe, Rachel, you are receiving the star. So I'll go ahead and put that onto your thing. Remember, you can use that to affect any roll you wish to. You get up to 2, and after that, no, you don't get any more.
So there.
So before we head off, my meta moment. I'm really excited. This is going to be a really classic dungeon crawl in D&D. There's going to be traps, puzzles, and all those good stuffs that you can imagine. Wordplay, lore, and all things. Something like, if you remember when we first went into the Void, similar to that, because I always loved that exploration aspect of Dungeons and Dragons. So, and of course, battles that can be avoided. Good job, by the way, avoiding this. I was like, oh, I hope they don't run into the spider, but the spider's here. As in, but good job sneaking out of it. Very impressive. That would have been quite the battle.
Do not like spiders. No.
And all that. But I can't wait to see how the story unfolds and all the secrets that will happen inside of the temple, my very own Temple of Doom, but it's a Temple of Tinyan. But with that being said, you can find me on my socials on the Blue Sky, Tailweaver, at Tailweaver, or on the X or Twitter, That's So Omar, as well as Almost On Time. I know I don't have a single brand. I need to get them all the same on Instagram, and that's where I do all my cosplay and all that stuff. You can catch everything A Tale of D20s at www.ataleofd20s.com, where I did update the website so you can see all the past episodes and all the other shows and cool things that we have done there, and they will go live as soon as we upload them after this. So, once again, thank yous to Jan Rosa, Dark Fantasy Studios and A Tale of D20's music for all the music that you have heard today. And of course, our sponsors, Fantasy Grounds and Advanced Level Up 5th Edition. That being said, that is a wrap on tonight's episode. So everyone, from the first chapter to the last page, spread kindness, spread love, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.